Hello.
Hello.
How are we all doing today?
What's going on? Hold on. I got to share. I got to copy the link.
We're all doing things. We're all doing our best.
We're all doing things. Guys, it is a busy week for all of us.
It really is.
We're still here. We're still doing it.
Because it's like the week Beyonce releases is a week. That is no joke.
Yeah.
And
this is the start of the week or end of the week prior? Because I always consider Sunday the last day of the week.
Oh, interesting.
Guys, Sunday is not the first day of the week. I'm
mean,
sorry. It's just
technically
I don't care what the calendar says. It is not real. Sunday is the end of the week. It is part of the weekend. You know?
It is, but I think of Sunday as like, okay, starting the new week. I'm kind of a Sunday person.
Nope.
This is when it starts
Monday
for me.
is the beginning.
Well, this is a choice that it seems like you've made all on your own.
Since I was a kid.
Really?
And I was insistent. I was just like, these adults are lying to us. Because as a child, my school starts on Monday.
But maybe it's a lesson of like the world doesn't revolve around you.
Well, but also like the work week for adults like starts on a Monday.
Coaster Maniac says it's Beyonce's week.
Hello,
it's
everyone, by the way.
Hi, hello, Vanessa. Isaac. Oh, Isaac, we can't wait to see you May 4th.
Oh, you're coming? Hello.
Yes, Isaac's coming. If anyone is in the LA area and wants to come be a part of the live 2Gay Mats experience, click that link in the top of the comments section.
Yeah, it's right there.
McKenna agrees with you. The week should start on Monday.
Thank you, McKenna. Hello, Mother. My mother's here.
Oh, hi, Mama Steele.
Okay, I'm posting. Entertain the people, Matt.
Hi, Montrez. Hi, Tyler, we are good. We're just like pre-nervous. Oh, we're already getting into hot topics. We're not. We're just saying. Sundays for prepping and Monday, the start of the week. Isaac feels that way. I love that we all have feelings about this, but this isn't really something that like our feelings will define. Like we've got to go with, it's like people who are just like, well, I just don't do daylight savings. It's like, well, if you're in a state that like does it, you have to do it.
Well, but see, like there is such a thing as like a time of day, like officially.
Yes.
But like this, like when the week starts in your heart isn't like, there's no way to gauge that. It's not an exact science.
Sure. So are you saying there are people out there who probably have, because of their work schedules, they get their weekend is Monday and Tuesday, and they're like, my week starts on Wednesday. So the week starts on Wednesday.
I still don't count that because like my weekend is usually like a Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. Except we record 2Gay Mats on Thursday. So like I really like don't have a weekend, but
you should have a weekend, I think. One day.
One day.
I think you should.
One day, guys.
I at least get Saturday off. Then my Friday is very light.
Oh, that's
my Friday's very light.
You know.
Look, I'm saying this as we all know who's staying up until fucking 5 in the morning, whatever. This
hey,
Thursday
you don't
night.
think, you don't think I've ever stayed up till 5 in the morning editing 2Gay Mats?
I mean,
videos?
none that are as important as this one.
It's true. That is very true. That is very true.
Oh, Natalia, it's her first live. Hello.
Natalia, hi. In Spanish-speaking countries, the week starts on Monday. Yeah, the work week always starts on a Monday for people.
Sure,
but it's just like on like calendars,
right?
It like the week always Sunday's always like the first thing. It's the first thing on the left. And it's like, why do we do that?
You know, sometimes life is just what it gives us. You know, I'm not one to question every little thing. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I believe you. Thank you so much.
Life is what it gives us.
You know, Normani is returning. You
guessed
it
in
in April. At least it's just with the song in April. You know, not that I don't want the album as soon as possible, but here at 2Gay Mats takes a lot of effort when people put out albums.
All right. Is Eternal Sunshine your favorite Ariana album?
No.
But it's my second favorite.
It's my second favorite.
Yeah.
I love Dangerous Woman.
You do love
He's
a Dangerous Woman stan.
I love Dangerous Woman. So it is up there with Dangerous Woman for me.
Okay. All right. All right, let me tag you in this.
Oh, thank you.
Let me tag me in this because I'm important as well in the 2Gay Mats.
Girl, please, if Sunday is the first day of the week, then I'm mentally stable. Roman Arts, I don't know about your mental stability, but I just trust the calendars. I don't know. I'm a person that believes in calendars.
I saw a thing once that said that if every month, if there were 13 months out of the year and every month was like 28 days or 27 days or whatever, it would all balance out. Every month of like the 13 months would be equal amounts of time and like we wouldn't need a leap year.
I've heard that too.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
but you know, I guess it's a little too late to back out now.
Matt, what do you think about Mariah's recent little rendition of It's Like That? I mean, she sounded beautiful. She threw up a little video of her singing It's Like That to piano, which was interesting. And it was a promotion for her new Vegas residency, the celebration of Mimi. And she sounds great. I think, I feel like it's time, in my opinion, for Mariah just to stop trying to get every note that was on the record. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just like sing in your comfortable register, and we're all gonna love it.
Ah, yes, what we want to hear. Comfort.
Hey, when you've done so much, when you've been singing at the top of your voice for that long, comfort is good.
Okay.
Now. I want her to be comfortable these days.
Phoenix asks, Wicked or Joker 2, which are you more excited for?
Wicked.
Please. Listen, I'm excited for Joker 2. I'm excited. I think Lady Gaga will be great. But one literally just announced that it's a jukebox musical.
And yes, we'll be discussing
and
that
one
today.
is a real musical.
Oh, Lord. See, getting the Gaga fans mad initially. At least it was you, not me.
As the musical theater person,
right?
We love a fun jukebox musical if it's well done and cute.
Yeah,
and,
totally
Mamma
cute.
Mia, here we go again.
Of course,
it's nice to spend like $10 for a theater ticket for that.
Yes,
but one holds more weight. In terms of what I'm personally excited for.
Calendars were made by straight white men, though, unless they weren't. And then Sunday's the first day of the week. That's funny. I listened to Renee Rapp's album, Snow Angel, and highly recommend giving a listen. We've listened to it before. Maybe I should re-listen to it. Did you guys feel the Guts Deluxe was necessary to get the guitar song, Scared of My Guitar? Absolutely.
It's great.
Excellent piece of music.
Yeah. Did you watch Quiet on Set documentary? I did not.
I haven't watched it, but the things I hear about it.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
And it's like, I even at that point wasn't really tuning into, kids television at that time, but just knowing that's happening, it's just horrifying. Yeah. Horrifying. Telephone Part 2 coming in 5 days. That's the rumor, is that Gaga's on.
I thought Video Phone was Telephone Part 2.
It seems like we're all for
or I guess music video.
It wasn't a continuation of the music video for sure.
Hold on, I'm sorry guys. I'll put my phone down. I just need to keep sharing this.
He's just like Kenneth from Love Is Blind.
Listen,
if you know what I mean. I'm
doing the promotion for the 2 game ads. I mean, you literally just printed out flyers.
I did print out some flyers with a QR code, which, by the way, it's really easy to get a QR code. I love that.
It is.
It's 2024. It makes it really easy for that, and I think it's great. I watched Quiet on Set. So American by Olivia is amazing. I need to re-listen to it, but it is good. Just remember that Gaga has an album coming out this year. Why are all the divas coming out this year? I mean, I don't know, but it's going to be a busy year for us. And it's going to be busy, but good. We hope we get more subscribers. But I didn't know if it was confirmed that she was putting out a new album, but.
I mean, I guess Joker 2's. Is that a new album? Or it's just a soundtrack with covers?
That doesn't. Yeah, that to me. I mean, I'm not a Gaga fan, but if Mariah were to do an album of covers for a soundtrack, I would not count it as an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just say you're not a Gaga fan?
No, I said I'm not like a little monster. Like I'm not official.
I just wanted you to clarify your words because someone's gonna steal that little clip.
Fine.
Post it everywhere one day when you're writing songs for Lady Gaga.
Like Lady Gaga. I hope she's well. Really loved her when she came out. These kids and their phones. You're right, Montana. The youth over here.
I'm doing what I need to do. All right. Hold on.
Miley honored as a Disney legend. Thoughts on the Raven discourse around it? I think Raven should be a Disney legend too. Hello.
Oh, she is a Disney legend.
I know, but there was some sort of award given to Miley Cyrus of you're an official Disney legend, and she got this award before Raven did, so some people are upset.
Okay.
Right. It doesn't seem like that award is real. No offense. No offense. We love everyone.
Gaga has been posting pictures of her in the studio. Yeah, well, I mean, she's recording songs for Joker 2, I guess.
Yeah, but maybe
new.
Some people are she's putting out an album, and great.
If it's a new album, then we're excited.
Yes.
Montana, I'm watching this on my phone.
I mean, the kids do love their phones. I mean, that's just confirming the theory. Hi, this wave. Welcome. Oh my God, some PS I love me. Matt, you're not a Gaga fan. Oh my God. I am a Gaga fan. I like the girl, but I wouldn't count myself as a little monster. I feel like you can only really be a part of one stan group at the end of a super, I think everything you do is great. Yeah. Stan group.
Okay.
And I'm a lamb, babe.
All right.
I'm a lamb, period.
All right.
Montana, you can't come out here with that anchor saying Palmer despises Gaga and her entire body of work. I do not. I was in New York when the Fame Monster dropped, okay?
Yeah.
I care.
It was impossible to not be excited.
Austin says Obsessed. Austin and I are in a fight about whether the song Obsessed by Olivia Rodrigo is good. And not that I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It's fine.
And Olivia has every single of hers. This is her first single of hers that I would call just
are other up-tempos on Guts that are better.
Yes, that's what I mean.
A new Katy Perry album or a new Gaga album? Like what's
more
happening?
exciting for us or what's happening? I would say a new Gaga album is more exciting for us. Yeah,
Okay.
like she's yeah.
I would expect more choices to have strong opinions about on two gay mats with a new Gaga album.
Absolutely.
Palmer,
up-tempo or slow songs easier to write? Ooh, great question. For me, maybe up-tempos are maybe slow songs are easier, but you know me, I grew up listening to a lot of balladeers, and you know, it's also like you don't have to worry as much about the production because it's like if the song works on just the piano
on it,
we could throw a little bit more production.
That is true. There's a little more pressure for production to be something interesting
on an up-tempo.
On an up-tempo.
That is my feeling.
I need to know your Deeper Well reviews. Love The Architect.
I listened to
Love Dinner with Friends.
I don't know if I finished it. I loved The Architect as well.
It's great. I like The Architect. To me, reminds me of like the
first two albums.
Yeah, like the wit of like the first two albums.
Yeah.
That I'm so nostalgic for.
I feel like there was another song on that album. I mean, I was listening to it while doing other things, so I don't have a full feeling. But there was another song I did, Give or Take Her, I liked as I was listening to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Dua Lipa is kind of falling off? No.
She's fine.
I think that album will be good.
You're So Colder, Now That I Know. Now That I Know. I love Now That I Know.
This Wave. Why didn't you guys warn us that Poor Things was truly terrible? And
I actually really liked. I really liked Poor Things. Absolutely.
These next 5 days are going to creep by so slowly.
I know. It's how it works.
Did I miss Matt Palmer slandering Gaga already?
Oh my gosh. I didn't.
Cheek to Cheek was a cover album. Yes, there's a difference between an album and a cover album.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you guys happy about Oppenheimer winning Best Picture? I mean, I feel like we all saw the writing on the wall. I never saw Oppenheimer, so
yeah, I'm happy.
But
it's a great movie.
I like Emily Blunt.
I would say
like a nice lady.
Oppenheimer was my 6th favorite of the year.
Where you go?
Where did I rank it? I would say 6th or 7th. I forget when I posted it on Instagram, like my ranking of my top 10 favorite films of 2023.
It was top 8.
It was. I think it was either 6th or 7th.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dua is doing really well in Europe. I feel like the falling off narrative is an American thing because she's not charting as well. Yeah, I think people give Dua in this era a lot of shit, but I think she's doing fine. Palmer was Stranger by Olivia, too sing-songy for you because I liked it, but I don't know if it's your taste. I don't know if I had any strong negative feelings about Stranger. I feel like that might have been my second favorite of the deluxe tracks. I want to say.
Okay, yeah, I liked Stranger.
Yeah, Stranger was cool.
Yeah. Am I the only one who thought the Barbie movie was bad?
Ooh.
No, there's people who have criticized the Barbie movie.
Absolutely.
I liked the Barbie movie.
I liked it as well.
I just want Lord's 4th album. I want that 4th album to be really good.
That could happen this year.
I want that to be good.
Do you guys listen to Tyla? Her debut album is so good.
Who is this Tyla? Everyone's talking about Tyla.
Every time I tell you, you forget immediately.
Yeah.
The song Water, which was a big TikTok hit and became a real hit, she put out her new album. It's kind of like Afrobeats influenced.
Cool.
She's a new artist, and Water was the big hit off of it. All right.
Okay, Water. I don't know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water.
Guys, I'm so sorry. As a person who like talks about music on YouTube, I can't say I've ever heard that song.
That's shocking. Well, I mean, this goes to show that he really does not get on TikTok.
No.
Oh, really? Even though, again, we do have a lot of TikTok followers.
We do.
And we appreciate every single one of them. Thank you for being here.
Have you made plans to see Love Lies Bleeding? I'll see it at some point. I couldn't this week, though. I'm sorry.
Palmer, do you have a favorite or most preferred live performance from Mariah Carey? I mean, I say it every time, but just watch the Tokyo Dome. I love that I Don't Want to Cry Tokyo Dome. I love the Hero Tokyo Dome. I love Anytime You Need a Friend. It's great.
Have you guys listened to Empress of new album for your consideration?
I've never heard of Empress of.
And Lizzie McAlpine? She has a new album soon, too.
Don't know her either.
Right?
But we love all the girls.
I'm open to new people.
Water is great.
Lord's 3rd album.
Yes. Not Matt Steele's So White. I don't think it's the whiteness that keeps him away from Tyla. I think it's the lack of TikTok.
It's absolutely.
I think it's the lack of TikTok.
The lack of TikTok.
I thought the Will Ferrell stuff in the Barbie movie really dragged the movie down. Interesting. If Rihanna returns this year, you guys are going to be so
if Rihanna
overworked.
returns this year, we will need a vacation, guys. Because
the thing is, the moment we get those fucking 100,000 subscriber plaques in the mail, we're taking a break. It's going to be a great day.
Don't you want us to take a break, guys?
I mean, that's what Hamilton was singing about.
I know Steele doesn't use TikTok because I've sent him so many good TikToks. And no. If you've ever, well, first of all, like if you send me like a video you find like amusing, like on social media, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not really gonna. I can't. I don't have time.
I feel like especially,
but I appreciate you thinking about me.
I'm generally that way. And also, no shade to people I know in real life. If you text me a video, I will likely also not watch that.
I will more often, it depends on who you are. Like and it depends on how many you send me. If
That's
it's like,
true.
if you are a person who rarely sends me something
Yes.
and you suddenly send me something, I'm like, okay, there's a reason why this was sent to me.
Important.
I will watch it.
Right.
If you're someone who's just constant, I'm not. If it's like,
right.
Thank you for the gift. I'm not.
I will say, interestingly, I think between the social media platforms, there's like things that I will look at an Instagram DM. I will not look at a TikTok DM.
Yeah,
I just am not going to do it.
People just send each other.
It's like,
do you just now people who do that? Is there just like there's a send all button and you just send it to all your friends?
No, I don't think so. I think you send them individually.
This makes me feel bad, Montana. I'm sorry, Montana.
That was for you.
I appreciate it. I'm in my group of like friends out here. We're all living in different parts of the country now. It's a group of my gay friends. 2 members, there's like 7 of us in there, and on Instagram in this chat, and 2 of them will literally just send memes, send like reels and stuff like that. And I don't watch reels like for fun. I truly don't give a shit. And so, but they just they like send reels that they find funny. And so we renamed the group Luis and Steven's Meme Dumps.
That's amazing.
And they didn't notice until like 2 months after the group name was changed. They're like, "Who changed this group name?" And my friend Greg was like, "Girl, I changed it like a month ago." Like,
that's so good. Pull a Chloe and Halle and stop working together at the height of your career. JK, please don't. We won't do that to you. If Rihanna returns, just book a flight to Australia and come on over. That's funny. Make it. Oh, someone's giving their opinions on favorite Mariah performances.
Oh.
I Make It Happen from Divas 98, MSG 95, My All 2013 Australia, Always Be My Baby, Got Them All 2012, All of Christmas Is You, Disney 04. Oh, I love that Disney 04 performance, All of Christmas Is You. No, I knew you were bad at social media. It's all good.
I don't think that's bad at social, because I respond like if it's like someone has words to say to me. Okay. I mean, like,
you wouldn't respond.
And if I know TikTok, the person, no.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, no. Well, but if it's just like a funny video, I don't watch reels on Instagram. I don't watch TikToks. I don't. My brain does not compute them. I have no interest. People go to like the recommended for me section of TikTok. Do you?
That's the main section of TikTok.
What?
Like when you go through the feed, it is the algorithm that's the whole point of TikTok.
Oh no, I'm talking about like when you like go into the hold on when you go into like the search thing.
You're on Instagram. Are you talking about Instagram?
I'm on Instagram.
Oh, you said TikTok.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
Yes.
Like when you go into like the search thing and there's like videos and stuff recommended for you. I was so shocked when I found people actually look at those videos. I'm like, oh, I would never. So
you don't go to the like explore page ever?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my God, no. I barely look at people's Instagrams, honestly. Like I scroll through my Instagram feed like maybe like one little swipe and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Twitter is a very different story.
I feel like you're very big on Twitter. I feel like you like Twitter more.
I read Twitter way too much. Well, because it's like when it's Oscar time, I'm like reading about what's happening when it comes to like movies and stuff like that. When it's Big Brother time, you can't pull me away.
Of course.
And it's an election year. And so, I'm just watching everyone scream at each other, just being like, guys, please just shut up and vote.
I hate the election year.
You know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Girl, I've Always Been by Olivia is a great song, but I just wished it was longer than 2 minutes flat. I get that. Do you think Mariah should do the Super Bowl? I don't. Like, I just don't think she'd have fun. Like, I feel like it would be similar to the same reason, like, Adele doesn't want to do the Super Bowl. It's like, as a vocalist, what are you really going to do up there?
Yeah,
it's about performers.
Mariah, do you want to like have us like hook you up and like have you fly? And she'll be like, absolutely
no, of course
not.
She doesn't.
I will be lounging on a lounge chair.
Right.
And if I get on my feet, some shorter or some taller man will lift me up and will put me in a spot, and that's where I'll stay.
That's what it should be. What's the probability that Act 2 will have visuals? We all know that I'm a believer in visuals. I believe in them, and I believe they will come. We're going to get Renaissance and Act 2 visuals together at some point.
Visuals conspiracy theorist.
I am, and I believe they're coming. I believe there'll be an announcement.
You're like the QAnon people who like believe that that Trump really will be sworn in as president in 3 weeks or something.
I hope I'm not as bad, but I understand the comparison. Sure. But I understand the comparison. Sailor D52 says, I think visuals will come after Act 3 release, and it's going to be one big movie of all three. Just days away from a new Beyonce album. Next month is Taylor. It's true. Oh, we know. I really hope Biden wins because I want to go to America in the next 4 years. RIP. Yes.
Everyone register to vote so Montana can come and visit the United States.
I use IG to see cute animals. Grace, you need to follow Howie the Crab.
Howie the Crab. That sounds exhausting.
Maybe she can just sing the national anthem. She already sang the national anthem back in 2002, I want to say. It was Charm.
Oh, it was that recent? I thought it was the 90s.
No, it was post Glitter, pre-Charm Bracelet. Oh. It was that January.
Okay. Scared of My Guitar has to be her best performance on record. I wonder if she can do it live. She can do it live.
She can do it live.
Yeah.
Gosh, what a great song.
Tell me of this crab, Montana. Beyonce track list. I know. Where's the track list?
I know.
We got a track list.
I know.
Earlier for Renaissance.
Where is it? I mean, it makes me feel like there are features and that she doesn't want to like spoil the features.
What do y'all think of In Your Hands by Halle?
I haven't heard it.
I'm sure it's lovely.
But I think people were giving her shit because it wasn't like a straight up R&B song. And it's like, let black girls do music that's not R&B.
She's a mother now.
Yeah, she's a mother.
She wants to sing a nice little song.
I think it might even be rock influence. Whatever she wants to do.
She's a mom. Let her sing rock.
Right. Whatever she wants to do, let her do it. She's a musician, okay?
She's the oldest blue crab in the world, and she wears hats, goes on walks, and knows sign language. I love her. I mean, queen.
Mappy is Vianon. I am not
Vianon.
I believe in them. They're coming.
Okay.
They're coming.
Do you think we'll get a Beyonce version of Jolene?
I do. There's a rumor that she's going to cover it, and I believe it.
Palmer, are you ever going to go back and watch old Drag Race?
I believe I will. I'm enjoying this season of Drag Race, even though, I mean, if you guys watched last week's, that girl who got kicked off got set up by the Lip Sync for Your Life song, I must say. They were, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched, but they were lip syncing to Body by Megan Thee Stallion, and one of them, her whole thing is like, I'm the BBL queen of the season, and like loves her body and her ass specifically. And the other girl was she was more of like a quirky, artsy type. And it's like, this isn't fair. Okay. This isn't fair.
Imagine a cover of Teardrops on My Guitar on Cowboy Carter. Do you think it would sound like Matt Palmer's Teardrops?
Mine was very sexy. Yeah, mine was a little sexy. I'm hoping for Dixie the Chicks, Dolly, and maybe Taylor. Like, I'm so excited for Act 3 of Beyonce rock album. That is going to be amazing. Yeah. Montana's excited about Vianon. Mariah needs to drop her rock album to really make the year. That would be amazing. It's been in the vault since 95, 96.
Mariah in a country song. We want to hear Whistle Yeehaws. Yeah.
Are we going to get visuals first or the Renaissance film on Netflix first?
Film on Netflix first.
I think both the same night. Same night.
Cowboy Carter, Cowboy Palmer, and Cowboy Steele. Yeah.
Hey, I'd take being Cowboy.
I played a cowboy once in 6th grade when I was in a community theater production of Pecos Bill. I played Unc.
What's Pecos Bill?
It's a little kid show.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I was cute.
Great.
I was adorable in my little cowboy hat.
I love that B dragged the CMAs on her post about the album, and I'm sure she will end up performing there at the next ceremony. I mean, we'll see if she gets invited. I bet they're mad.
Cowboy Cathy's.
Classic. Michael, oh my God. You are filled with good ideas. If ever you have to think about yourself, know that every idea you've had is good.
Yeah.
And one of them I'm taking and using for the live show.
Okay, great.
We'll have to see what it is. Michael Smith made a Taylor reference. Gasp. That's true. He's not generally a Taylor person.
I really hope Olivia goes full pop punk for the next album, which can be anytime except April.
It should be next year.
Like, she would not put out an album in April.
Right.
And if it goes full pop punk, hasn't she been going full pop punk?
I guess they want fewer like ballads. Fewer like Making the Beds and Vampires. But I love some
ballads, please.
She's a great ballad writer. Do you guys think a Beyonce and Taylor collab would actually sound good? To quote Mariah, I don't know how that would sound. I mean, they're both very talented. If they wanted to work together, they should. Beyonce's worked with Ed Sheeran, so.
And like, if Beyonce is involved, like she will
she'll make it great.
She will make sure it sounds good, or it will not see the light of day.
Exactly. Like Beyonce's not putting something out that's not amazing.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen. Chardonnay, yeah, that was what Beyonce's people are saying the new horse on the album cover is called.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard like 12 names for this horse.
It also is like, it doesn't seem like Beyonce's team's place to name the horse. It seems like that's like the hive. That's the Beyonce
name of the
fans.
horse is whatever it is.
Exactly.
It's like when the first day of the week for you. It starts whenever it starts.
Exactly, the first day of the week in your heart.
Oh, my mom's reminding me I played Will Parker in Oklahoma in high school.
Oh,
I'm such a little cowboy.
That's you. You are the cowboy steal.
I was great as Will Parker. Fuck. Oh,
that's good.
It was great.
I think that's great. Not sure about it. Tay and B collab will work. One of them knows vibrato. Yes, Linda coming in with the Steel lore. There's a lot of Steel lore out there.
She knows.
Hoping to finally subscribe to your Patreon. Once I start my new job after graduating in June, Matt Palmer, some cool Patreon content would be showing us some of your songwriting, recording, mixing process. Oh, that's a great idea.
I mean, you used to do that.
I did. I have a couple of live videos on my Matt Palmer Music YouTube account of me putting together some songs. So maybe there'll be more of that. Maybe there won't be. I need to get through the spring. The spring is 2 gay Matt's focused.
2 gay Matt's focused.
And then we will
then
see
we'll focus on 1 gay Matt.
Yes, then we're going to focus on just ourselves.
Yeah. So did you guys see the interview of Alana Y interviewing the 16 characters?
I did see that.
Apparently, she said some tea. What did she say?
I mean, we'll talk about it when we talk about it. But she said something about the order in which these things are coming out, which is interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
But yeah, that would be cool. Patreon. Are you guys? We are. I mean, as I feel like we've put a period on the William and Kate saga. I'd like to think.
Sure.
Because I think there are probably still people that are non-believers. And I've heard people be like, oh, that video is AI'd. And like, it's like, guys.
Yeah. It's like,
guys.
Don't fucking cool it.
And it's like.
We'll talk about it.
Because it's like, before this, I got it. I really did understand. Sure. It was interesting to people. The palace was being. We talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Do you ever think y'all will do a live album reaction to do his album? Yeah.
Yes, we are. And it's the day before the live show.
Yeah. And if you're going to be in the Southern California area on May 4th, click the link that you see in the chat.
Yes.
Or in the info section of this video.
It's in both.
It's in both. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And
click that link.
Buy your tickets for May 4th.
Tickets, please. Have heard of an artist, Ray?
We love Ray.
We love Ray here. Did y'all see what Azalea Banks said? Let me stop you right there. No. No.
I read about like a third of it, and then I was like, why am I doing this?
Like, the thing is, like, it's just enough. Like, I understand you have a lot of feelings, and you could use your social media as your blog if you'd like, but no.
Yeah. Shameless self-promo for my recent hit tweet that informed the masses that Dan Schneider's wife is the white lady who says Pepper bad, Kate good to Patti LaBelle on the
Oh, I saw that tweet. I loved it. I didn't actually like it, but I did like it when I saw it and scrolled past it. Palmer, are you playing any new Switch games? Nothing new, but just, killing it with Mario Kart. I need to get back and finish Mario RPG. And I also need someone to tell me whether or not the Peach game is good. Because it looks ridiculous, but I'm like, is ridiculous good? And someone just tell me when it comes out if that Princess Peach solo game where she is a character actress or something. It's going to be actually fun and good to play. Because it looks fun, but it's just, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't understand a goddamn word you just said.
You know what a character actress is. You know Princess Peach is.
Of course. But I don't understand the context of what you said.
Let me look up the game, see if I can get you more information.
Okay.
Princess Peach Showtime is the name of the game.
Billie Eilish also has an album coming out this year. Will y'all be reacting?
I think
we will.
Depends on the single. If the single is like something I don't want to hear, I'd rather pass. Personally, for me, just because it's like, would it be fun for me to be reacting to something where it's like, are we calling this a song? Like, I don't know if people want to hear that. But, of course, she just put out my favorite song of hers she's ever released.
Sure.
With What Was I Made For? So, possibly.
Is the Flop album bracket video coming soon? I'm excited to hear. We're waiting for a confirmation on something. And
which, honestly...
the video is half edited now.
Honestly, if we don't get it by next week, we should just put it out and they can put their fucking ad on something else.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I think. Because it's like, this is behind the scenes. It's taking too long.
Sure.
It's taking too long.
Yeah.
Just sign the thing. Give us a check. Let us go.
Okay, well.
The Princess Peach Showtime game is pretty fun, especially if you like the old Mario games like me. I do. Ariana signed us Peaches in her music video. She did. That's true. Chaperone is getting so much exposure recently. I really hope she can have a moment. I hope so too.
That everyone was sharing the video of her singing Red Wine Supernova.
I know. And it's like, yes, that song is great. And this artist is great.
And live, she sounds great live. She sounds great live.
And I love that people will come. I mean, I guess if you're not a patron, you wouldn't know. But people will be like, have you guys heard of this girl, Chaperone? Like, do you like her? It's like, yeah, we love her, actually. We actually love her.
Yeah.
We actually love her.
Guys, we're music influencers. Okay, I've never heard of the song Water, but like, whatever.
I love that you are just diving into us being influencers. That still rubs me weird.
I guess what else are we doing?
I guess what else are we? I guess we're podcasters.
I say podcasters.
Yeah.
I told people that I was a podcaster this weekend, which we will get into.
Where? Like a dating event?
No.
Oh.
Better.
It
could be
I know what it was.
Showman's event.
I know what it was.
Also, we only got one email my heart question. So if someone wants to shoot us an email real quick.
Yeah. At 2gaymats.
At 2gaymats at
gmail.com. But more importantly, click that live show link. Buy your tickets. Because the thing is, from what I understand about like how events go, apparently a lot of people buy their tickets like pretty close to the event.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. Girl, and so I'm like, they're not selling fast enough.
Well, because like people like need to make sure like, okay, I'm definitely free this day,
and
stuff like that.
I'm starting to get it, but it was like, I want to write the words sold out. Like
you want the pre-sales. You want the pre-sales.
I do.
But as Beyonce told us, sometimes you can just drop an album out of nowhere with no you can't do it without a ramp up. It's Christmas.
Quote me to me. I know what I said.
I know you like your pre-sales.
I love a pre-sale. I just love going into it being like, okay, this is enough people and people are gonna have a good time.
Sure.
At 70K,
listen, if there was one person in that audience, they would be having a good time.
That's true.
Okay.
But I feel like if it was just one ticket sold, which there is not, don't worry.
Yeah,
they'd be like,
we're doing fine.
You guys can't do that. We're canceling the show. But that's not what's happening. Chapel is to Cyndi Lauper what Gaga was to Madonna.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Let me think on that. You're probably right.
A little bit.
Hopefully, no shade to Cyndi, but hopefully Chapel's careers, like pop music careers, a little longer.
I feel like you don't give Cyndi Lauper enough credit.
She has some cute songs, but
Cyndi Lauper is like the sound of the 80s. Like in terms of like what the pop like.
But that's like, I mean, what songs are still in the ether from Cyndi too? It's like the True Colors and
Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
That's two.
Yeah,
that's two.
I see that to me. I also like the Goonies song that she did for the Goonies.
I don't know what that is.
Huge because to me the Goonies is such a huge part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But just like the sounds, the attitude, the look, like to me is so emblematic of the 80s.
Right, but when you have Janet, Michael, and Madonna in the 80s, it's like
yeah.
I don't know. I maybe I should give her more, but in my head, I think of her more as like a Paula Abdul type. It's not vocal talent wise, but I think Paula and Cyndi, like longevity, like the impact was strong.
Okay, I would say Paula and Cyndi are pretty equal.
Yeah, like the impact was strong and like within a time. Oh, time after time as well. That's true.
Time after time, but they also like do other stuff. Like Paula choreographed and did like American Idol and everything.
That's true.
Cyndi like wrote for musical theater and like did I would say Chapel. If we were to do like celebrity parents, I would say her celebrity parents would be Gaga and Cyndi Lauper.
Okay,
I think that kind of works.
I hear that.
Yeah,
I mean it's hard because they use the same producer, but of course. You're going to hear Olivia a little bit, too. You don't think so? I feel like on some of those productions, especially like some of the slower songs feel like some like Olivia B-sides.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not Olivia B-sides.
No shade. We love everybody. Olivia just put out a bunch of her B-sides. So it's fine. Oh, I Drove All Night. I know that Celine did that. I didn't know. I knew it was a cover. I didn't know by whom. All right. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Get this one ad going, and we'll do this. Add a stream marker.
I feel like the ads.
I know. Yeah, but the thing is, people are like, we didn't see an ad, and like we're still talking. So hi, if you're still here.
Hi, if you're still here. Let's not downplay the impact. Yes, they're not Madonna, MJ Whitney, but they had an impact.
Yes, they had an impact.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I think
Katy
they
Perry
did.
is this generation's Cyndi Layperson.
Cyndi Layperson.
Celine covered Cindy's "I Drive All Night." Don't forget Cindy's most important role, the art teacher.
Oh, I forgot that happened. I didn't know that happened. I never watched That's So Raven really, but
That's So Raven is where I was just like, you know what? I've gotten too old for Disney Channel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And not because but the thing is, like, I love Raven. I think Raven is one of the best child actresses of all time.
Who doesn't?
Like, on the Cosby Show, that 3-year-old was like the Shakespeare of sitcoms. Like, she is so brilliant in the Cosby Show. It was just like the Disney Channel content. I was kind of just like, you know what? I think I can fully graduate to MTV here.
There you go.
You know. Should I hit start?
Oh, I guess let's record.
All right, guys.
Hello, we're back.
Who bought their tickets?
Yes, I can't believe you're going to open every episode.
Every podcast from now until May 4th is going to open with a threat.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I was going to try to be more breezy. Keep it cool.
I'm going to be stoned.
Wow.
I'm not going to be breezy.
It
I'm
seems
gonna be
like
tough.
the good cop, bad cop has switched this week, and I love that for us.
I know. I'm going to talk like this for the rest of the podcast until May 4th, and everyone's going to be scared and slightly turned on.
You sound like what Hades in the soundtrack of A Hades Town, putting on their very fake low voice.
Would you like it if I did an album like this?
No. But I'm sure someone out there is getting their life and being like, oh, Matt Steele, give me bass. And, good for them and good for you.
Thank you.
We love range. We do.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you want to start?
You start.
Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Two Gay Matts, the podcast. It's Matt Palmer.
And it's Matt Steele.
We're back again another week. Matt Steele.
Yes.
How was your week?
My week was delightful. I worked a lot this week, but also the hardest work I did this week, the most important work that I did this week was Saturday morning. I woke up.
I know.
At 6:45.
Did you really?
In the morning. And if you know me, you know that is not my jam.
Not a morning
I think people who get up at that time when they don't absolutely have to with a gun to their head are fucking crazy.
Okay, well.
But I did it because I have a goal, and that is to get on the show Big Brother.
Yes.
Actually, not even to get on. I just want a goddamn callback. I would just love a callback.
That feels doable.
Well, apparently it's not, because this is like my 9th year audition and I've never gotten a callback. But whatever, it's fine. So but still, I go to those open calls.
You do.
And so I woke up and the entire time I'm like getting ready. I'm doing my hair and I'm just like, okay, you are gonna do this because you will regret it if you don't.
That's true.
And I know that the previous year, there were a lot of people. It started at 11, and the previous year I got there at like 9, and the line was like super full already at that point. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get there at 8 or 8:15. So I will be like earlier in line, and I don't have to like stand there for so long after it started and everyone's screaming and blah blah blah. And so I go, and of course it's pouring rain, which it was the year prior too. It's like, how come the only days it rains in LA are when a Big Brother open call is happening?
Did you have an umbrella with you?
I did, of course. I had a big giant umbrella. But the thing is, it's like, no, I want them to see me with my hair looking good. And so that, of course, was just not in the cards. But my hair stayed intact much better than it did last year.
That's great.
So we have that little win. And I get there at like 8:15, and I am like the 10th person in line, and I'm just like, yes,
that's amazing.
When 11 o'clock hits, I'm going to be in and out. It is going to be great. And then like 40 minutes go by, and only like 3 people have gone behind me in that time. And I was like, are you kidding me? I could have woken up at 7:15 or 7:30, and I still would be in the exact same spot. But whatever, it's fine. I talked to some people, and then, as time went on, more people like filled the spot, and it became a little like messier. Like when the day started at 8:15, there was someone there with casting to be like, okay, here's the line.
Right.
And then that person disappeared for about 2 hours.
That seems bad.
and we were like in a parking lot kind of. And so it was up to all of us. I would say adults, but there are people who like really want to be on reality TV. So like, do we really call us adults? I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Who are, all like desperate to be on this like crazy show. And so, but for, people of that ilk,
yes,
they did a pretty decent job at forming a line.
I love it.
Yes. And so, but still, and a couple people like definitely like butt in front of people in front of me. And so by the time we started going in, I was 19th in line. I wasn't going to fight it because like I was still going to be in and out.
Okay.
So I went and I did my thing. It was mostly just like watching all the people around me. When you go to a Big Brother open call, it's literally like 40% really, really loud gay men, 45% really, really grumpy gay men, and then the rest of the percentage just other people.
Is it that many gay men every time?
Oh, absolutely.
They have so few gay people every season on the
know.
show, though.
Guys, there were hundreds of us there fighting for one slot that's probably filled already.
It's like the Hunger Games.
It's real, like the Big Brother open call is the Hunger Games for homosexuals.
I didn't realize that.
Because gay guys love Big Brother. And when you're at one of these open calls, like they can really only ask, like what you do is you get into like a group of 8. And you go to like one casting assistant's like table and they literally ask you each maybe 2 questions about like who you are and like random questions like who would in this group would you go after or who would you align with or something like that. And then he asked us like who our favorite players were. And so there's not really much you can say in these settings. And so really it's just a competition of who can be the loudest person in the group. And which, you know, is a little bit of a headache. But
were you loud?
No. I think I said some like meaningful stuff. I think I used my words well, but in terms of like personality, there's not really a way you can really like jump off the page in that setting because they're really there just seeing like what's this person look like, what do they sound like,
right.
Do they have some sort of like archetype that we can fill, like slot that we can fill. So I know that a video submission is like where I would thrive more than an open call.
Which you submitted
I go to
as
the
well,
open call,
right?
Yes, I have. I have submitted, darling, and my video is absolutely adorable.
Great.
So you know, it'll probably be another year where I am doing lots of 2 gay minutes, talking about Big Brother with Matt Palmer over the summer.
Looking forward to that.
And then strategizing what my audition will look like next year for season 27.
I love that.
You know, that's just how life's gonna go until I die.
Well, that's a little dark, but I love that you were there and you're putting all your best foot forward in all the avenues you can. And I believe it's going to happen. I still do. Maybe I am, you know, we were saying that I still believe in the visuals from Beyonce and I still believe in Matt Steele getting on Big Brother. And maybe both are conspiracy theories, but they're ones I believe in.
Thank you, Matt Palmer.
I do.
Like you are the one who's the optimist between us two as the years have gone on. When did that happen?
I don't know. You've hardened and I've softened.
I know, because literally like 10 years ago, Matt Palmer would just be like, oh, everyone is trash. And I'd be like, no, believe.
Yes.
But I guess all those years of listening to Mariah and Whitney singing about miracles happening has softened your heart.
I mean, I was listening to them much earlier than just, 20 years ago or whatever. So,
but your heart was so hardened as a child. It takes a long time to melt that heart.
Was my heart hardened as a child? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, when I first met you, I was kind of like,
Well, I feel like we have specific examples of people who I would still be hardened towards, who you would be very open and doe-eyed for. I feel like people in real life that, hurt me, they still get the same treatment. Okay. And they deserve it. And I hope the people that hurt you get the treatment that I would give them.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
That's what I hope.
Thank you very much.
Well, for me,
yes.
On Friday, we had some friends over. Joe and Tim came over and we played some video games. We caught up. It had been a couple of weeks and it was nice to see them again. And then on Saturday, it was finally time because my frame TV arrived in the mail last week at some point, and Saturday was when we were able to get the TaskRabbit over to get it upon the wall. Because the whole point of the frame TV is it looks like a frame. It's supposed to be on the wall hanging in it has its art mode. You can't tell if it's art or if it's a television once you have the frame on, which I don't yet. But the thing is, I didn't realize how much bigger the new TV is than the old. Like the old TV I got when we were back at the apartment together, this is 2012. It felt huge at the time. It was a 50-inch TV, I think. This new one, I was like, okay, I'm buying a new television. I want it to be good. I want to keep this for as long as I had the other one. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's have it be something that's really a substantial, centerpiece of the room. Mm-hmm. But man, there's a big difference between a 50-inch television and a 65-inch television. Mm-hmm. And so I got that thing up there and I was like, woo! She was, she doesn't just tiptoe into the room. We'll say that.
Yeah, okay.
She's a stomper.
You said you wanted to see a movie in IMAX this year finally. Little did you know it would be in your very own living room.
Exactly. And we did have a double feature that night after we got the TV up. One of the movies we watched was Dix the Musical, which is on Max. It is very goofy. It is funny. It is crazy. It is raunchy. If you're interested in that and just interested in the craziest thing you've ever seen.
I love how you're just like, okay, we have a giant TV. Let's, because you would think okay, let's watch some huge epic cinema, like a Titanic or a Ben-Hur or a Lawrence of Arabia with a beautiful scenic everything. And you're just like, Dix the Musical. That's what it's going to be.
It was Dix the Musical, which was crazy and raunchy. And if you're interested in seeing Megan Mullally and Oh God, what's that man's name?
Nathan Lane?
Nathan Lane. I knew it was Nathan something.
Okay.
Doing the most ridiculous things they've ever done on screen. I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It feels like a long UCB sketch. It doesn't feel like, okay, these are beats of a movie that we need to hit.
But a great UCB sketch.
A great one. And if you want to have a lot of fun, definitely watch it. And we watched something else, which I will talk about a little bit later.
Oh my God.
So that was really exciting. And then today I dropped the old TV off at Goodwill because it was like, okay, we want people to still be able to watch this 50-incher, even though it won't be in my home anymore. And then I also went and printed out some flyers for the May 4th LA Live show so that we can post them up at the venue, the Lyric Hyperion, because they were like, for promotion purposes, it's good to have flyers actually at the venue. And so I did that. And I, again, so happy that you can easily create a QR code that can get printed out and people can use to go to the fucking Eventbrite page to buy the tickets. Because I'm like, I feel like technology has just moved so fast in the past like 10 years, but like that blew my mind. Because you did the same thing for Devos, didn't you? Didn't you have Devos flyers that had a QR code on them?
I did, yeah.
It's really just so cool.
And you can like see like who has used
Yes.
it. Like you can see how many people have used the QR code.
It's cool.
Everything, yeah. So everyone, if you see a QR code,
oh my God.
Every time I talk about the live show, I'm going to deepen my voice so you all tremble.
I don't know if I need that for the time between now and then, but I like that we're doing it today. I don't think there was anything else crazy that I did. No, I, cut my hair, got in the shower, then sat down and started recording the podcast with you. So
that's
that was
nice.
Something good.
That's nice. I worked today, and our wine fridge was supposed to be replaced yesterday. It was not, and so now we are without a wine fridge. So all like half of the stuff that I have behind the bar with me, it was just like up on the bar. And so people can only sit in a small section. And so I was just working amidst chaos.
Are people still buying the wine that should be cold? Or
we moved stuff out of one fridge to move this wine that needs to be in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
But you know what? I still came here on time. I thought I was going to be late.
I know. You were right on time.
Oh, God. I'm so talented.
God, so talented.
I'm punctual. Big
Yes.
Brother casting directors. Don't
I
you
know.
want that in a contestant?
Yeah, they want punctual number one. They have you locked in the house. It doesn't matter if you're punctual.
But I would arrive to those live shows. I would be on that couch right on the right time.
I believe that.
Thank you.
Absolutely believe that. Should we jump into some news for idiots?
Sure.
So this past week, I am just so excited to say this week we are getting Act 2, Cowboy Carter. And we did not get a track list from Miss Beyonce.
No, not yet.
Unfortunately.
Nope.
There are rumors that Lady Gaga's on the record, but we'll see if that's true.
Okay.
But what we did get were some covers. There are 2 Cowboy Carter album covers, the first of which is the standard edition cover, which is Beyonce in her like rodeo regalia atop an all-white horse wearing like a seemingly leather red, white, and blue outfit with a Cowboy Carter sash. And she's holding up an American flag that's kind of cut off and cropped out. And Matt Steele had quite the reaction to this cover.
This is her best album cover.
Wow.
Guys, I'm sorry. This album cover, I woke up like kind of earlier than I usually do, and I saw that it was posted, and I could not go back to sleep for like another 45 minutes. Because I was just so excited. First of all, I love how it's like, of course, for these 3 acts, she's going to have the motif of a horse. Like she's coming in, riding in to save the day.
Yes.
Because that's what Beyonce does.
It's
she
true.
saves all of us. And just the red, white, and blue. The fact that she has this white wig like she's George motherfucking Washington strolling in, about to like hurl some tea over the bow at the Boston Tea Party, coming in to save the country. And when she was just like, what else can I do to make some people mad? Put an American flag in my hand. Yes! Beyonce, just the motion of the picture, the winds blowing, the way she's holding onto that strap. It is camp, but it is gorgeous. It is fun. It's such a statement. It's such a visual. It is everything an album cover should be.
I have grown to like this cover. It is jarring for me as a person who, again, has lived through the past 8 years of, living in America. And like, it's not fair. And maybe this is, again, a part of her reclamation. But when you see a lot of red, white, and blue, you see an American flag, it does give Republican.
But that's what's so evocative about it.
I understand, and it's true, but it's still does like get me a little queasy. The initial look gets me queasy, and it just is a lot because it's not just the flag. It's like, oh, so she's like the sash is red, white, and blue. The outfit is red, white, and blue. The hair is so fucking white.
It's very like Republican of like the Bush era, where it's just like everything's gotta be red, white, and blue,
which freaks me out. Which, so you understand my trepidation when I initially saw it. I realized we're going country, we're reclaiming. I understand it conceptually, but visually it was a bit just aggressive. It was a shock to see. It was aggressive. So that one, I was like, and it's growing on me. It is a beautiful shot.
Well, but you know what is aggressive as well? America.
That is true.
Hey.
And I felt that, and so I was unclear there, but I will say, I just repeat everything Matt Steele said about her best album cover, because when you get to the vinyl limited edition cover,
it's beautiful.
Holy shit. Yeah. Now that's the one. Of course, I love it when she's naked. I love it that she's naked. I love it that she is fucking the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
I love the sash saying, Beyonce, which is actually the last name of a lot of her cousins, because it was like a mistake on a birth certificate somewhere down her family line. I love the braids in her hair. I love that she's looking straight to camera. It's and all the black around her, and she is just the body that's keeping us afloat. Mm-hmm. This is my favorite of the two covers. Absolutely.
Listen, I'm not going to be angry that you love this cover because it's fucking stunning as well.
It's stunning.
And the fact that it's a country album, but yet it doesn't like scream. The first album cover like screams fucking country,
does.
But this is like a little more just like, oh, this is country. What is this going to sound like? Because she has the braids in her hair. Like, is this like what kind of like twist on country is this going to be?
I think there are twists, and I think we should all remember what she said in that initial post announcing the album, which I guess maybe was on the initial Cowboy Carter, cover post, was this ain't a country album. Mm-hmm. It's a Beyonce album. So the fact that we're getting it this week, my mind is still trying to wrap itself around. Because, like, again, there's just so much going on with everybody releasing that you forget, like, no, Beyonce is releasing. Yeah. Like, we're getting the follow-up to Renaissance in 5 fucking days.
And then a year and a half, a follow-up to the Cowboy Carter. Like, she is just the gift that keeps on giving.
I know.
The thing with Beyonce that I'm just so appreciative of is just, like, I have full confidence that everything she releases from here on out is going to be mind-blowingly brilliant. Like, I do not doubt ever that she will ever give us anything disappointing ever. Like, it's just I've come to expect this of her.
Right. And maybe that's an unfair pedestal to put her on.
I'm so sorry to put that pressure on you, Beyonce.
It's hard when you've made perfect albums so many times in a row for us not to think, okay, everything you're going to put out is going to be perfect.
And it's just like, I'm so excited to see what I'm assuming the next album is a rock and roll album. I'm excited to see like what that horse is going to look like. I'm thinking like it's going to be red and like in flames. Like everything is just going to be in flames at that album.
I'm looking forward to it. I can see there's a rumor going around that she's collaborating with Gaga. There's a rumor she's going to collaborate with Mickey Guyton, who is a black country artist. There are also rumors that she's going to cover Jolene. Like, these are all things that we're going to know by the end of the fucking week, even though we don't know them now because what? We have no track list. I would love a track list.
Watch this time tomorrow. There's a track list.
I would love that.
There's going to be a track list.
Okay, the next story is going to be the end of the story. Every week for the past about month, people have been asking as we do the podcast live on YouTube, they're like, are you going to talk about Kate Middleton? Are you going to talk about Kate Middleton? Because there were theories going around. She has not been seen for such a long time. Apparently she had a planned abdominal surgery, but she was out of the public eye for such a long time that people were coming up with a lot of theories as to what could be going on. And I don't begrudge them that. It was odd for that stretch of time to not see this person. And then when they put out that very weird photoshopped like Mother's Day picture, it does seem strange. And then the fact that the palace came out and was like, or she came out afterwards, probably at the palace's request, being like, like a lot of amateur photographers, I just was playing with some photoshopping or whatever. There was an air of mystery around it. So again, I do not begrudge them.
People are going to talk.
People are going to talk. I understand that point of view. She did come out this week on the 22nd saying that she did go in to have her surgery in January, and the doctors thought that what she was having surgery on was not cancerous, but later tests revealed that it was. She is going through preventative chemotherapy and asked for privacy. And I hope that we as a culture and a community and people on Twitter can put this to bed. Mm-hmm. Like, again, no one is judging you for talking about or we were given some confirmation, but I am seeing some people being like, no, this isn't true. This is AI, XYZ. And it's like, no, This woman has told you something very serious. We need to be, hoping for her continued health. Like, this is a person with very young children. Like, I'm not saying to support the monarchy in general, but this woman's going through it. Let's not try to poke holes in the video that she posted about her diagnosis. I just think it's very strange.
This is a woman with a family who is going through something that's very scary and very upsetting. Terrible. And, she's very lucky that she has literally the best doctors you could probably ever get. Yes. So, I'm very hopeful for her for that and everything. The fact that I'm seeing like people online now, because it's like, sure, of course, it's very human to like wonder what's happening and to like go on social media where people talk to their friends or people and everything and just like speculating what is happening.
For sure.
But then when you hear this, that is a point where everyone should realize like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have gone so overboard with all of these speculations and everything. Yeah. We're going to put it to bed.
Totally.
We're going to stop. Like it's a moment to sort of like reflect and be like, oh, sometimes like we shouldn't do this when it's about anyone, regardless of how famous they are or how powerful they are or anything like that. But the fact that there are still like people out there and as you said, who are like still like screaming like, no, this is fake. This is da 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 da. It's like, guys, regardless of what is true or not, you will never know.
Right.
You will never know the truth. Just put it to bed because this woman very, very likely is like has cancer and is sick and is going through a hard time.
Right.
Put it to bed. But also what is annoying me is the fact that some people are like screaming like, I'm just furious at like the PR. It was such a PR misfire and blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of like, guys, okay, yeah, maybe like the PR, like stuff that happened around this could have been better. But it's okay. Like you don't have to like find reasons to blame someone for anything.
Right.
Like stop trying to like still have a really, really interesting talking point about this.
Right.
Like stop trying to sound like the smartest person on.
Right.
You're not. You don't know anything. You don't know what she is going through, what anyone is going through. So just like you can just stop talking about it.
Yeah, the only thing that I will give the people that are still banging on about the PR thing is if they did tell Kate Middleton that people are freaking out about this photo, you have to say something about it. That is shitty because it's like you knew this person was sick. That is the only whether it was like a communications misfire about what her diagnosis was before that, I didn't really care so much about. But don't go to this woman who you know is sick and be like, hey, clean up this mess that we like half made. That part I think is shitty. But again,
you don't know it happened. You don't know what happened.
Well, I know that she had to do. I know that they blamed her. Like she said something. The palace
did she?
Yes, she did come out to be like, oh, the picture I messed around with it, blah blah blah.
Oh, you mean with the picture?
With the picture.
Gotcha.
So that's the only thing that I think is weird. It's like the palace should have been like, hey, lay off her, leave her alone.
Yeah.
But she had to come out and do that. So that's the only thing that I would say about it. But beyond that, it's like this person is sick. Yeah. Let's leave her alone. It's when you read things like preventative care, it makes you think she's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I hope she is going to be fine. But I feel like let's put a period on this.
Put a period.
Like cancer's not a joke. It is not, a hotbed for your theories, like conspiracy theories. I don't think it's fun to speculate when you know now for sure what the issue is. And now it's like, okay, great. We can all move on and wish her the best and go on with our lives.
You can all just be like, okay, I learned my lesson about like talking about someone like incessantly.
Right.
Because you never know what anyone's going through.
Sure.
So, yeah, it'll be fine for you.
It'll be fine for you. So speaking of something separate.
Yeah.
Joker 2. It has been announced that insiders privy to the filming and early versions of Todd Phillips' Joker 2 tell Variety that the movie leans heavily towards being mostly a jukebox musical, as it integrates at least 15 reinterpretations of very well-known songs. For people who are not musical folks, a jukebox musical is when you take songs that are existing out in the ether, whether they be pop songs or songs from long ago, and you kind of build a story around these songs and plug the songs in to help tell the story. Do you think that's a fair assessment of
Sure.
All right. So how do you feel about jukebox musicals in general?
I understand why people like them.
Yes.
If the stories are fun, I can enjoy them. Are they my favorite thing on the planet? Do they move me in any sort of way? Not really. I don't know, like as like a Rodgers and Hammerstein like head, I'm very much just like, oh, an original musical with like original music.
Yes.
Like, that's what I really want. And I was very excited for Joker 2 to possibly be that. But who was the clown in the room? Me. But I guess that means that there will be at least like one original song, maybe. But it could be, even though jukebox musicals are not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
If it's well done, then I will then I will enjoy it.
Great.
I think it's kind of like a cool spin to be like, oh, this is kind of like Joker's version of Moulin Rouge, I guess, because Moulin Rouge is very much like a movie musical that took pre-written material and like sort of like twisted it and did its own thing with it to have it fit into this magical world of Moulin Rouge. And so I'd like to, it'd be cool to see like how some of these like songs that we all know and love are twisted into this like disgusting, gross world of Joker,
right?
With Lady Gaga like singing them and I guess Joaquin's singing too. I'm still excited to see the movie, but also I was anticipating like, oh, these songs in Joker 2 are going to be like Lady Gaga's like the Bodyguard album. Like this is going to be a whole album of like new music and everything. And so I was kind of excited about that, but still I'm excited that maybe this like being in Joker and everything has inspired Lady Gaga to like be like, you know what, I'm going to put out a batshit crazy album. I'm going to go to the studio and put out another art pop-ish with a slight clown theme. And maybe that'll be great. I'm excited for stuff to be great.
Yes.
I'm hopeful that things will be great.
We always want things to be great.
Yes.
That is very true.
We always want things to be great.
As a person who has not seen the original Joker, and, you know, the more I hear about this film, I hope you all love it. I hope you all have the best time at the theater. I will be skipping. And I think that's okay. I like Lady Gaga. I love, you know, her earlier albums are some of my favorites. I just have yet to see something. You know, I don't like blood. You know, I don't like violence.
There will be blood.
There will be blood, as I hear. I don't like violence. I don't like blood. And then I don't. Like a jukebox musical kind of makes me feel like there's less of a need for me to see it. But I hope that you guys all have a great time. That's my hope.
Okay.
All right.
Fair. That's fair.
Next up. Oh, wait. By the way, also, did you see the Variety article talking to the Wicked John Chu and the Wicked cast, that whole spread? Apparently, they're going to be singing those songs live, or they were sang them live on set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine they will use some blend of like, oh, some of these parts of songs are going to be like the live takes, some are going to be the studio take, you know, stuff like that. Because we saw them, you know, in the footage, the bootleg footage where, you know, they're like Ariana's like lip syncing a million miles away.
Right.
She was lip syncing, you know, so to a pre-recorded track. I'm sure they will use some of whatever was pre-recorded before they started filming, probably some live vocals that they did on set, and then probably like they went back into the studio later to like do some other things.
Right.
As long as they get the best takes of everything, I'm good.
All right. I mean, it does give me Les Mis, which had other problems.
But the thing is, like, first of all, I admire that that singing live in Les Mis. Like, I admired because that was a gutsy move, and that was something that had never been done before. An entire movie musical that is singing focused. That is
singing the whole time.
Singing the whole time, but also the style of singing is high pressure, and to have it all be done live, like that's I admire the audacity to do that, and I always will. But you know, there were parts of like the last 5 years movie where you got like Jeremy Jordan's live vocals.
True.
I mean, wasn't there like an interview where he was like, yeah, and some of the vocals were us live, and Anna Kendrick was like, well, none of me. Like, didn't she say something like that? She was like, all those live vocals, those were you, babe. Those were you, babe.
Yes.
But so I imagine like movie musicals have done that. Had incorporated like live vocals before. Like, I feel like the "What About What I Need" from Dreamgirls.
I could see that.
So, and I feel like there will be moments of that in Wicked, and they probably want to have it in the headline. Like, there's going to be some live singing here to get people excited.
I do hope it's some. My because the thing is, Dreamgirls is a perfect blend. If we're gonna say there are little moments of the live singing, and I'm not saying everything needs to be lip synced to be good, but as someone who loves the studio vocal.
Like a polish.
And I love a polish. Like, even those little moments in Last 5 Years and in Dreamgirls, I'm like, oh, I can hear the room. Like, I can, like, because it's recorded in this way, it's just not as clear. It's not, to me, like, of course, Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, incredible vocalists. But
it's just you're not used to hearing that in a movie musical like Les Mis, where you hear the room.
Right.
Like in a movie musical. But also, they did it for Les Mis to be like, oh no, we want this to sound like a little messy, rough around the edges and stuff like that. I imagine for Wicked, the style of movie that it will not be like, oh, we want to make this grittier. When you look at the trailer, you're just like, oh, they polished this girl. They polished this girl.
Yes.
And I imagine like technology is a lot better than it was
Probably
12
true.
years ago.
Probably true.
And so they can probably take some of the live vocals in the room and give it that polish, like as if it was recorded in a studio.
Right.
So I guys, it will sound good. Ariana and Cynthia, if they are anything, they are vocalists.
They are vocalists. My worry is not their performance vocally. My worry is the recording technology.
Technology. Sometimes recording technology can be your enemy.
It can be, which I'm best friends with recording technology generally.
And as someone who has made some movies, when the recording technology lets you down, you're just like, well, I'm fucked forever. I am fucked forever.
No one on Wicked has ever felt that. I'm
sure.
Oh, well, I'm fucked forever.
I mean, they had Wicked is much higher budget than anything I've ever put
What do you
out.
mean? Devos did not have the same budget as Wicked?
Because I imagine Wicked, if the sound quality was not what it had to be in a specific moment, they were like, oh, we're shooting this again. Thank you. We have the time and the money to shoot this again.
They do. Fly them all back out to London. Next up, Miss Normani has announced that her new single, 159, is being released near my birthday on April 26th.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Or happy 3 days before your birthday.
3 days before my birthday. Yes,
159. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm interested to hear it.
Okay.
I'm interested to find out. I'm excited. I feel like whenever she does anything, unless it's literally drop the album, people get pissed. They're like, why is she announcing this? Why doesn't she just put the album out?
People were angry that
people were mad.
It's like, guys, you should be excited.
Exactly. It's like she's actually coming. There's really a date on the calendar. I'm excited. I'm still rooting for the girl. And when that album cover came out, everyone was fucking talking about it. So everyone's like, oh, her career's already over. She's nothing but a pretty face. And it's like, give you guys, there's no album yet. Give her the chance to make a great album. I'm excited for the single. Can't wait for the album. Rooting for Normani.
159, guys.
159.
We'll probably listen to it on 2 Game Nights.
We probably will. And I hope this doesn't become, before COVID when we were like, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. Don't worry about it. And we're like, we're rooting for Normani. Her album's going to be amazing. And it's like, we could be wrong. I hope to not be wrong about this. About believing.
I'm sure there will be at least good moments.
Jesus. What a low bar.
Listen, I'm just saying there's no reason to be scared. And you know what? If it's not good, we'll move on. We will move on. She will try again. We will try again for her. We will keep supporting her.
We will.
We will keep wishing her the best.
I want it to be excellent.
Yes.
I feel like it can be.
It can be.
She has so much potential. Euphoria is actually coming back. I was shocked when I read this headline. I wonder if Zendaya and Jacob Elordi and Sydney Sweeney know about this, because all of their careers have blown the fuck up since the last season of Euphoria. And so they're like, wait, we're going to go back and play teens? Like, how am I going to do that? It's also been so many years since season 2.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm nervous. I feel like, did we ever get to the bottom of that set? If everyone's happy and safe there, I hope they are.
I forgot about that
this time around, because I remember there was discussion around that. But it just is shocking to think of how big all 3 of them are at this current moment, where it's just like, okay, now we're doing this TV show. I don't know.
I mean, I just want to know how much they're getting paid.
I mean, it's gotta be. It's gotta be so fucking much.
Good for everyone involved.
And the actress who plays Zendaya's mom is a stand-up comedian as well. And she was like, I thought I was gonna be. And the thing is, she was in the middle of a set, and so who knows. Is like a joke versus real, but she's like, I thought, oh, I'm on this fucking giant show, I'm gonna be hired all the time, blah blah. That has not been the case for me. I need us to get cameras back up because I need to pay my rent. I assume some of that is jokes, but I am happy for her that she's back to work, because she's
back to work.
Incredible.
Yes,
she is so fucking good on that show. I need to look up her name, but she is an incredible actress. So I'm glad for all the people who are excited for this. And if there are other people who remember when Constance Wu, when Fresh Off the Boat got renewed and she was so pissed, I am positive one or all 3 of those people feel the same way. They're like, God damn it.
Wow, that was a day.
That was iconic.
I mean, looking back
you
now, better work.
Sure, there are problematic parts of that, but like, it's kind of iconic.
It was iconic.
It was
truly iconic. It was like, okay, girl, you better say what you gotta say.
And she said it out loud. Said that shit with her chest.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ariana, we have another Ariana to discuss today, because and I could have saved this for 2 Game Minutes, but I promise I'll be short. All you idiot bitches, either online or on the show Vanderpump Rules, who are coming for Ariana and are like, why can't you just get over the Tom Sandoval thing? What? That's literally I'd say the entire cast besides Katie. It's like, oh, Ariana doesn't get that we're gonna be friends with Tom Sandoval one day, and does that mean she's gonna cut us out? Blah blah blah. And it's like, do you remember what Tom Sandoval did?
It hasn't even been a year yet.
And in the filming time, it's been 4 months. And they're like, she's just got to get over it. Like, I can't believe her. But their whole thing is like, well, if she thinks she's such an awful person, if she thinks he's such a dangerous person, why does she still live with him? Well, it came out today on page 6 that Ariana Madix has bought a $1.6 million home in LA post-split and real estate battle with Tom Sandoval. She is moving to the hills. Look at this beautiful modern
That is gorgeous.
home.
That is a fuck you house.
That is a...
You know how Princess Diana had that fuck you dress?
Yes.
This is a fuck you house.
It's a fuck you house, and I am so excited for her. And the thing is, of course, she's been getting all of these endorsements. People have also been shitting on her for like taking all of these opportunities. But it's like, she's going to take every endorsement. She's going to go be fucking Roxy Hart on Broadway, or whomever she is on Broadway. And in Chicago, she's going to do all of these things because she is going to make this money to buy this house, to live the best life that she deserves. And if you've been online whining about Ariana not giving Tom a chance or getting mad at Sheena for like trying to be his friend again, you're all idiots.
People wanted her to give him a chance?
Yes. Well, she was like, Ariana, don't be mad at Sheena because Sheena wants to like basically become friends with Tom Sandoval again. And it's like, no, she's like, well, anyone who's friends with him, you can do whatever you want, but he doesn't get access to me through you, so we will no longer be friends. Okay. And it's just like, she made the boundary the day it happened, has stuck to it, and they're like, oh, what a bitch. It's like, no, I realize it's complicated. They're all on a show. Yeah. I understand that. But nothing Ariana is saying. She's like, you know, I would kind of side at you just in the way of like, oh, I think you're in danger, girl. She's never been like rude, mean about it, but they're like, oh, she's horrible, such a diva. She's so self-important. So I'm just glad she's moving out of that house. So people have one less thing to be mad at Ariana Madix about. Justice for Ariana Madix.
Okay.
She deserves the world. Good for her. Good for her. Next up, apparently Bruno Mars is welcome at MGM and does not actually owe $50 million to MGM, according to MGM.
Okay, well, we retract our statements from last week's podcast.
We do. We do retract
We're glad Bruno Mars has money.
We do. We're glad that Bruno has money and that good things are happening. Sad things are happening for me, because remember when Showtime picked up Uncoupled, the NPH show that got canceled on Netflix? It was like a gay Sex and the City kind of thing. Yeah. Showtime picked it up. Then COVID happened. And they've canceled it from Showtime before starting shooting the second season that I was excited to watch. I'm sad.
Wait, I'm confused.
Yes.
This happened 4 years ago?
Well, I guess they were trying. Okay. Oh no, excuse me. It wasn't the pandemic. It was the strike.
Okay,
it was the
my
strike.
God.
I'm sorry.
I was about to be like, wait, why are we talking about the pandemic?
It was the strike.
Like, she was important, but she's old news.
She's always important. She's always top of mind for me. No, it was the SAG strike that has basically gotten the show re-canceled. Okay. And I'm sad about it. You know, I'm looking for shows, even if that show is a little ridiculous. And every show with gay people doesn't have to make them like so wealthy. But I liked a story about gay people that didn't take place in high school. That, like, you know, was just exciting to see adult gay friendships and relationships. So I'm sad to not see another season.
I think this is just proof that the gays don't grow up. That we never enter adulthood.
I'm excited to grow up. I even, you know, when I was 8, I was watching The Real World being like, I want to be an adult.
Those were such adults.
They were in my head at the time.
I remember like watching all that stuff on MTV and just being like, they're not kids, but they're definitely not adults.
I love that they like freaked you out. Like, and you're like, I'll never drink alcohol.
Yeah, I was absolutely like, I can't believe people watch that and were just like, ooh, I aspire to this. And I was like, this is fucking revolting.
When you were like, when I was in college, I tried so many times to get on the fucking Real World. I was like, I've got to get on the show.
I watched it.
Of course, it was excellent. It was excellent.
Yeah, it was. But it was kind of just like when I was little, I just remember like watching. People were just like, oh, when you were 10, you were watching Jerry Springer and like all those talk shows and everything. And I was just like, of course. And I would watch them and just be like, that's not going to be me. But still, I
love that you're like, this is what I need to not do when I'm
like completely.
That's right. And I did not get that from the Real World. I was like, I get it. This makes sense to me. Dunkin' Donuts is celebrating the Short King Spring with the Short King cup size. Apparently all small iced coffees or maybe regular coffees are called now the Short King. And I just wanted to ask, do you identify as a Short King? I know you do like a Short King in your dating. I mean, you like, honestly, you like any size of man.
I love everyone, but then when a Short King comes along, I'm just reminded. I'm just like, oh, I do love a Short King.
I feel like your perfect man is like both short and like square shaped. You like to say like I love a stocky man.
I love a man of the earth. Man of
the earth.
I love a man. Well, but there's like, to me, like nothing more masculine than a short guy. Like because whenever like you know, my straight friends will tell me, they're just like, oh, but like, I'm not attractive because like, I'm short. I'm just like, you hold your tongue, because I think there's nothing more attractive than a short guy, because to me, that is just like, you are so low to the ground. So like, it means that you are like solid and sturdy and reliable. So, like, to me, that is what that reads as.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm just like very attracted to short guys. Granted, like if a hot, tall guy comes along, I'm going to be like, hey, baby, come pick me up.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think all men are attractive in their own way. I am very.
I won't say that, but I wouldn't say.
You know what I mean? All types of guys
all types
are
of yes, all types
There's
of heights.
someone out there for everyone.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Do you identify as a short king? Do you feel like, I know you wish you were shorter.
I do. I'm 5'7.5", and I was just like, oh, I would kill to be 5'5".
Is that officially short though?
I would say most people would consider me short. The thing is though, when I tell people that I'm 5'7.5", they're just like, oh, I didn't know you were that tall. Like, to me, you struck me as like 5'6".
People say that to me too. Yeah. They're like, I thought you were 5'8".
And I'm like, no, you're actually looking at me. Like, you can see that I'm not 5'5".
Right.
But they're just like, oh, your personality is like one of a really short person. I'm like, oh no, I'm just kind of regularly short. But you know, I've always enjoyed being short. I've always liked short people. You know, I'm Italian, so I'm Italian. So like literally like 98% of my family is very short.
Is that an Italian thing?
We've got a lot of short women.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, you know, when your lineage is like from like the mountains, like the atmosphere is different, so people tend to be a little lower to the ground. It's you know, an evolutionary thingy, I guess. Does
that explain Sweden too? Because they're all tall over there.
I guess. I don't know.
We need to look this up.
I don't know who out there is like a biologist or like who studied like Darwin or something. Yeah,
someone will know. It's not us.
I don't know. But I guess I could be a short king. I wouldn't necessarily call myself one, because I think it's weird to refer to myself as a king.
Oh, I'm a king.
Okay.
King, queen, all the royalty babes.
Okay. I'm more of like the court jester, short court jester.
Sure.
Average short court jester.
Beautiful. It really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah, why did we talk about Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
I just wanted to see how you felt about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, they're not sponsoring us. But,
they're not.
But we wish Dunkin' Donuts the best.
Yes, we do wish Dunkin' Donuts. And there's one not to give away my location, but one is close to where I live.
Find the Dunkin' Donuts in Los Angeles, and you will find Matt Palmer.
How many are there? Hopefully there's more than one, right?
There's definitely more than one.
But there's not that many.
I know. Well, I didn't know that Dunkin' Donuts was a regional thing until I went to college, and I was in talking to people who weren't from the tri-state area, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna get a thing of Munchkins, and everything, and they would just be like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm like, Munchkins, like I know, and they were just, and I would show them, and they were like, oh, those are donut holes, and I'm like, yeah, no, they're called Munchkins. Because that's what Dunkin' Donuts calls them. Yes. And they're just like, oh, I've never been to a Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
There were so many Dunkin' Donuts that I feel like for an embarrassingly long amount of time, I thought donuts, which I guess now it kind of is. I thought it was spelled D-O-N.
It was spelled that way.
And it's like, that's not really how it's spelled.
To me, you can spell it either way.
And I think that's right.
Yeah.
I also didn't realize about the first R in February for such a long time.
Oh, really?
That really was upsetting when I found that. I was like, oh, I'm too old to learn this.
I'm afraid to ask how old you were.
It was high school.
Oh,
okay. High school.
I remember in like fourth grade when I found out there was an extra R in caterpillar. I was like, what the fuck? I remember being blown away by that R. Yes. What are we talking about?
I don't know. Sometimes this is what the podcast is. It's like, how many surprise R's and when did you find out about them?
I know.
Lastly, I just want to say I have not watched Quiet on Set, the documentary that has come out about a lot of the kids who were on, I believe it was Nickelodeon, the channel where there was apparently a person who was involved in very in Dan Schneider shows. There were people on the sets and who worked in, I actually don't know the specific, but there was people who were sexually assaulted on the sets of these shows, and it just—I
think it's mostly about Dan Schneider's.
It is, but there's another
guy
who actually went to jail.
I guess was like a showrunner as well,
and he went to jail, and then he came out of jail, and they put him right back on a kids show, which is fucking insane to me. I need to watch the documentary because I've just been reading so much about it, and I'm interested in it. Even it was like later than my time on Nickelodeon, but it still is just so devastating that this is going on, and I am very proud of all of the participants, the young people. I think Drake Bell was the actor's name, who has come out and said that he was the person who, took that person who went to jail to court anonymously because he was a minor. But I've seen a clip of where the person asking the questions in the documentary asks, like, if you tell us how much or as little as you want to tell us about the sexual assault. And he's essentially like, think of the worst thing you can think of for sexual assault, and it's that. And it just is devastating. Brian Peck, who was the vocal coach, is the person who went to jail over these acts. Dan Schneider did a lot of gross, creepy things, and he had 2 female writers on staff and did not pay them fairly and was discriminatory there and was sued by one of those writers. It just seems like, from my understanding, that these kids were in such a toxic working environment. And it's so sad because, again, these are children. These are, how depraved must one be to run a set like this on any show, but especially one that stars all these child actors?
Yeah.
You see all the clips that are, jokes that these adult gross men would be making about like taints and fucking like feet being in shots that they don't need to be in. It just is like so disgusting, and it is worrying for the people that were that age watching it, feeling like, wow, I watched all this stuff as a kid. I thought it was so innocent, and now I know factually it was not.
Yeah, because like you look at, because Nickelodeon had so much like goofy imagery of like feet and like slime in the face and like and all that kind of stuff, and you're just like, oh, this is goofy. Like they're doing it because it's goofy and everything, and then you hear about these men that were like showrunners and producers on shows, and you're just like, oh, there might be more to this. I'm like horrified. It's devastating, and it's interesting because most of the people who have come forward with stories were people who were a little after, again, like you, after my time when I would watch Nickelodeon and everything. But I saw one article that featured, remember Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts?
I don't remember any of the characters on Salute Shorts.
And he essentially was talking about Brian Peck, and just like there were moments where he felt uncomfortable and different things that he sort of felt pressured to do and everything. And Nickelodeon raised me. Like 90s Nickelodeon made like every child with a television who they are, because there was only one network for like kids and families on TV in the 90s, and it was Nickelodeon. Like your world revolved around Nickelodeon.
Yes.
And so I found myself just like reading this just so furious because I felt so protective over this guy who played Donkey Lips. And like it's just so crazy that like this person who, was an actor on a TV show that I spent years of my childhood watching, and I just felt like so protective over him because like I didn't realize like how much he meant to me.
I know.
Because he was part of my development, And so it's wonderful that people are coming forward and telling their stories, and that these men are finally getting the comeuppance they deserve.
Yes. And I hope they are. I mean, I think Dan Schneider wanted to work and wanted to like make a new show, and it's like, we don't need that.
Nope.
It just is devastating to hear about it, and our hearts go out to all of the survivors and all of the people watching the show who feel as affected as you felt reading that article. So many people are watching this who are the age of Drake and Josh, watching these things every day and finding this out. It just is, it's heartbreaking, and I'm proud that people are coming out and being honest, but just sickened that this happened so recently and that it happened to children. Like, it just feels like, why are the most people that should be the most protected are being put in such vulnerable, or we're being put in such vulnerable situations? I hope to God that happened today, but I guess you never know. It just is sad. It just is sad.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to tell the people before we take a quick break?
I don't think so.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break and then be back with more 2Gay Mats, the podcast. Ooh, 46 minutes. My God.
Oh, my God. You want to give him another ad?
Oh.
A word from our not really sponsors, but some random sponsor.
Just some random
some random person. Okay.
And what if Brian Peck was a pen pal with a child serial killer and would probably show the letters off to the children he worked with. It was horrendous. Horrifying.
That's horrifying. Oh my God. Matt, Nickelodeon was impossibly huge, and to think that those kids were going through.
I know.
Like if you didn't grow up with 90s Nickelodeon, you do not know how huge it was.
Gigantic.
It was, yeah.
It's just like the saddest shit in the world, and I feel like I should watch it just to know, even though it's just, I know it's going to be such a hard watch, but I think I should.
It puts into focus why so many of them are struggling to adjust.
Absolutely,
to adult. It's hard enough being a child actor and then growing up like as it is.
Yes,
even if your experience was wonderful.
Right. So if your experience includes sexual assault, like, I can understand. Absolutely. Oh, we didn't talk about the Beyonce producer and the actors. Apparently, there was an interview with one of the...
Well, you say it on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, make sure I remember to say it,
okay,
babe.
I need to say it.
I forget. Snick.
Oh. I remember like there would be
Snick.
commercials set like that would just say like, just they would put it out on like a Wednesday. And it's like, just so you know, it's 4 days, 3 hours, 50 minutes, and 32 seconds until this week's snick. And I just remember being so excited.
I mean, you were counting down.
You were counting down for just like 4 episodes of television.
I know, exactly.
Like, and it's like, why are we so excited about this?
Yes.
Let me just say again that Outkast, etc., all country acts, so B is definitely going to do her thing.
Yeah, absolutely. UGK, Outkast, etc.
Oh, UGK.
Yes. Yes. No, she's going to be amazing. Because I feel like people are freaking out too much. Are people freaking out? No, I'm not worried. Are people worried it's not going to be great? There's a 0% worry on my half whether it's going to be great or not.
I grew up with Drake Bell on the Amanda Show and Drake and Josh, knowing he was going through it while giving me such good childhood memories and laughs is heartbreaking. I'm kind of watching clips and reading feedback from other survivors like Alexa Nichols. Small pieces, poor kids.
Hi, Clarence.
Has everyone bought their ticket?
Great question. Hopefully everyone has bought their ticket.
Has everyone clicked that link, the Eventbrite link?
There's got to be some LA people in the chat.
Everyone raise your hand if you're in Southern California.
If you're in Southern California.
I am, and I will be on May 4th.
Yes. I will absolutely be. And the thing is, we'll be hanging out afterwards. It's a place where we can hang in the outdoor patio after our show is over, meet people, take pics. You're getting so much.
You're getting everything.
So much.
You're getting everything.
I grew up on iCarly and Victorious, and to think all these suggestive jokes I watched, and I thought nothing of it. But now, yikes, yeah. No, they're worried it's all country and Western. No, I think it's going to be a mix of styles. I think obviously country is going to be a touchstone, but you can even hear it on 16 Carriages.
Sure.
Like there's production there that's not. Drake is also. Oh, I've heard that as well. That Drake Bell is also a predator himself, unfortunately, and I don't know exactly the story there, but yeah, bad. Jeez, bad stuff. Bad stuff. There's just a lot of. Yeah, I feel like this was reminding me of last week when I yelled about, family YouTube channels. But it does bother me.
Sure.
It's just like, let's protect children. It's like, is there not one thing we can all agree on? It's like the kids should be protected.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
It's okay, we're here now.
We're here now.
We're here now. Not that we were anywhere else.
No,
but it's just like a nice affirming thing to say.
It is affirming, absolutely.
That Ariana potato clip and her pouring water on herself was gross and unnecessary, not funny at all. The Ariana potato clip. There's a potato clip of Ariana?
I think probably from one of her Sam and Cat shows.
Oh, I was thinking Ariana Vanderpump Rules. I was like, what the hell are they talking about, man?
Yeah, no, not Ariana Madix. A reminder, email my hearts if I think y'all need one more. If people want one more, feel free.
It feels like Act 3 will be jazz, a black classical music, also Jay-Z, jazz, rap, maybe.
I think it's rock. I think it's rock.
I'm behind you on the family YouTube channels, too.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah.
You're the only kind of channel that should exist. Just like only with adults. Like if you're a younger person that wants to start a YouTube channel of your own, then like you should see what the legality is there. Do what you want to do.
Sure.
But like if your mom is saying, get here so we can get this sponsorship money, no, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But drag queens are dangerous. Right.
Let's not forget Disney.
Let's not. Yes, Mariah. I don't know, Cameron, why you're talking about Mariah, but I'm happy.
We love Mariah.
Oh, Bevo Nerd met RuPaul. That's so cool. I made Ru laugh, so I felt like I won Snatch Game IRL. Good for you. You did better than Nymphia.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if we got any extra emails. If someone sent in an email, let me know.
If not, that's fine. We can
if
do
not,
just one.
Fine.
We had a long opening act. Exploiting kids is just gross. Agreed. Feel like animals were more protected than kids. Ugh, sad. I'm glad that Grace is excited for the Beyonce album because Wade Palmer, how tall are you? I'm a little over 5'10", a little lower than 5'11". I'd say 5'10" and 3/4.
That's you're more specific than me with my 5'7".
I know exactly because I used to say 5'11". And I was like, that's technically not true.
I know. I hate when people are like, why do you give the half? And I'm kind of just like, because I am so not 5'8".
Right, and it's like,
but I'm definitely taller than 5'7".
Have you seen the video of those guys at the gym where the guy will come up to them and be like, hey, how tall are you? And they'll say a number. It's like, I don't want to do that.
Those are some reels that I have watched.
They're so fucking funny because it's like, how are you going to lie to someone's face about being 6'3" and you're 5'10"? It's like, we have eyes.
And again, I will never understand the guys who have a complex about being short.
I know.
To me, there is nothing sexier than just like I'm here and my feet are planted on the ground.
I think it's a straight guy thing. I don't know that. Maybe there are some gays that like have height hang up. I guess there's like gays that are like, oh, 6'2" if that matters or whatever on dating apps. But I feel like it's less of a thing between gays than it is between like.
Sure, girls are very much
girls like a tall guy. Which again, I don't my boyfriend is taller than me. I don't dislike a tall man, but I'm not. I could never imagine turning a guy down.
Turning a hot guy down
because they were shorter than me.
When I'm with listen, girls. When I am with my girlfriends and they are on their little apps or whatever, and they like look at a guy and he is hot, and then they go, "Oh wait, but how tall is he?" It's like, why are you asking? He is hot. He is hot.
He's hot.
Okay.
Let's go by hot.
Let's go by hot. Like, come on. Do you want to be petite short or muscular short? What is it? What?
Or like, do you have a preference on your short guys? Would you rather them be?
If a guy's hot, he's hot. If a guy's hot, if he's a little petite short, he's hot. If he's the broad short, muscular short, he's hot.
I'd rather be 5'11" than 6 feet in a lyre. Agreed, Isaac. Hey. I'm with you. LMAO, don't do Nymphia. Hey, I love Nymphia. I do. I love Nymphia, but she flopped on that snatch game. And that's the thing is like at this point, and maybe I'll save this for the pot, but at this point, there's just no world in which Sapphira does not win Drag Race this year. In my opinion, she's won so many times. She's so obviously the best. Like it's probably how a lot of people felt about Sasha Colby last year, which I also loved Sasha Colby, but like was such an Anitra stan that like my vision was blurred. But for me, it's like it's clearly Sapphira.
What if she fumbles the bag at the final lip sync?
She's fumbled nothing. It's been the whole season, and she's fumbled.
You never know. Those are the people. I'm 5'5". I feel like I'm not asking for much wanting a guy to be tall.
Yes, I feel like yes. I feel like there are girls that are 5'5" who are like, I want 6 feet and up, and like that's a lot.
But listen, I have dated a guy who was 5'4", and let me tell you. He was great.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
You loved him.
He was great.
Yeah. The hottest take, Grace. Yeah, Grace is talking about she didn't like Renaissance. I don't think you don't like Beyonce, but you didn't like Renaissance, which is shocking. Shocking. Yeah, because Renaissance basically took me by such a hold that I still watch the 2-game match reaction just to feel
Thank you.
That's nice. That's nice. I just watched it again like 2 weeks ago. Well, hopefully you'll feel alive after our Act 2 reaction.
I know. I hope our Act 2 one lives up to
the Renaissance one.
I think it will, because the thing is, like, Act 2, it being a country album, or yes, of course, not a country album, it's a Beyonce album, but like the fact that she's doing some country, the haters are also gonna click on that video too, and they're gonna be commenting.
I don't need
rude
the haters.
Ass comments.
I don't need the fucking haters coming and having opinions about it.
Oh, they're gonna be in that live chat.
But hey, if you're gonna come and watch the video, then make sure to click the free trial sponsorship that hopefully will get finalized this week.
Yes.
Yes, because and the thing is, when we have things that have free trials, even signing up for the free trial makes a big difference.
Helps us out a lot.
You don't have to pay. The word is free.
Free
trial.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to want us to say that in the ad.
Anytime we promote a free trial.
Yes. Anytime you hear us promoting a free trial, know that like, oh shit, the free trial is in the contract. It makes a difference.
It would mean a lot to us if you tried out that free
like literally
trial.
If you're like,
and we hope you enjoy the product as well.
Yes. But if it's like, oh, I can't come to the live show, I don't live in LA, oh, I can't become a patron right now, a great way to support us
is by
kicking that free trial.
That free trial in the Beyonce video.
We better get it.
I mean,
no
one knows what we're talking about.
No, talking about. I'm always waiting for your reactions. Oh, that's nice. Oh, speaking of Beyonce, I'm 100% agree with Palmer on the album covers. I mean, and the regular one is growing on me. It really is, but it's hard. It's an aggressive look. That second one needed no time to grow. I hope that's the cover I get, because I ordered the black box CD thing, and I got the one with the braids. But before we saw it was a full body picture, and the back was just like half her face or whatever. So I'm hoping that my cover is that full version of that picture. I don't know if it is.
Okay.
All right. I'm
worried. Whatever cover it will be, you will be very happy.
I will. It's not about the cover. It's about the music.
But I guess you're gonna have to buy all 4 or whatever. Build a clock. Make a goddamn clock out of it.
At me at midnight, Montana. You know. Everyone guessed the brand. I bet it's Audible. I'm like, is it a brand people have heard of? I hadn't heard of it. No shade. I literally just looked for a link. No, it'll be on Thursday probably Friday when we put the edited version.
Yes, it will be attached to the edited
version of the Act 2 reaction.
And we could probably put it in the link of the live chat.
We'll have to ask. I don't know. I mean, I assume they would be fine with it, but
Yeah. Okay. Well.
and also, if it comes to Thursday, Friday, and there's no link, know that we are fucking pissed. Know that we're pissed. So glad that you explained the Beyonce thing to me because I would have been confused about that for weeks. Okay, I'm glad to help.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that story either.
Oh, it's like literally her last name. Oh, you didn't know it until I told you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was why.
I'm from Yemen, and by the way, in love with you guys. Do you know where is it? I do know where Yemen is. I'm very good at geography. I have a friend from Yemen.
I don't know where it ends, but I do know it's been referenced on Friends because that was where Chandler said that he was going to move to get away from Janice.
It's like the Saudi Arabia, the big. It's a big square that's sort of diagonal.
Okay.
There's Oman and there's Yemen that like borders Saudi Arabia.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
That's awesome. Sorry, Montana.
We're happy to have you here.
We are thrilled to have you here. Sorry about the Abby at midnight. It just is too funny. It's just funny.
I've been meaning to try some free trial. Hey, we love people want to try.
People love a free trial. Oh, okay. Should we get into our act 2?
Our act 2, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, welcome to our act 2.
It really is, isn't it?
Act 2, the two gay mitts.
Oh, because that's RBNC?
RBNC, yeah.
I like
Act
that.
2 of Two Gay Mitts.
Love
Matt
that.
Palmer has a little something to explain to all you guys. Listen up.
I do, guys. Thank you so much for listening and or watching the podcast. It means so much to us. And if you could really want to support us, make sure to go to Apple Podcasts and or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating or review. That helps us so much just to reach as many people as possible. We love making the podcast for you and would love to continue to do so and get it to as many ears as possible. And if you really want to support us, go to patreon.com/2gaymats where you can get extra bonus content from us very regularly. We just put up our reaction to the Guts Spilled bonus tracks after Obsessed. That's up there waiting for you. You can join the Discord, meet a bunch of friends you haven't met yet. It's going to be great. And if you really, really love us and are in the LA area, don't forget to buy tickets for our May 4th live show at the Lyric Hyperion. It is in the info section of this podcast or of the YouTube if you're on the YouTube channel. Just click that Eventbrite link and buy tickets because we'd love to hang out with you, record the podcast live, hang out with you afterwards, have some interactive, maybe some music video battles. It'll be great. See you there.
The way you described that, the pitch of your voice was a little high.
Yeah.
You got to go low.
Sorry.
You have to threaten. You have to threaten.
I'm the good cop. Remember, we can't both be bad cops.
I am Alphaba. You are Galinda.
Great.
But I want to be Galinda.
I want to be Alphaba.
Okay, guys. Okay.
We're all mixed up.
We're all mixed up. But so there was a little bit of news for idiots that Matt Palmer wanted to talk about, but we forgot. And so now we can talk about it now.
It was a Beyonce thing.
It was the Beyonce.
Yes. Okay. I was
God, you forgot it again.
I did forget it again. But no, there was an interview on a YouTube channel. I forget the creator's name, but she interviewed a producer who produced 16 Carriages for Beyonce.
Okay.
And the producer announced within that interview, by the way, we finished this song before she even started Renaissance. And the rumor is that she might have finished Act 2 before she began Act 1. But I think that's now been clarified that they finished 16 Carriages specifically before even starting on Renaissance, which is just wild to think how far in the future Beyonce has been planning this 3-act release, which, by the way, we get on Matt for believing too much. You didn't believe there was going to be an Act 2. And we need to say it.
The Act 2 might have come first.
It might have.
It might have. I mean, sometimes it's like a memento. It's like sometimes you have to write the end of the story before the beginning.
Exactly.
Or I guess for Beyonce, the middle of the story before the beginning. And I mean, the fact that it was like written so long ago means like how much time has she had to really perfect this motherfucking album?
Because we love sometimes that when there's a Thank You Next or an Eternal Sunshine, where
sometimes
the artist
that works.
does it super quickly. But
we just hop on this podcast and go. We don't have anything planned.
But sometimes when you really plan it, you really take your time to polish every moment. You get perfection. I think that's what we're getting this Friday with Act 2. Cowboy Carter, let's go. Giddy up.
So excited. Everything that has been happening with Cowboy Carter. So Beyonce, I am so sorry about everything I said about that title.
I was going to say.
Because now I'm just in love with everything that is going on.
Good for you.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for that news, Matt Palmer.
Yes.
We do have an Email My Heart this week. So this is Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. gmail.com. Two is spelled TWO. So we have a lovely email from Bree. Bree says, girl groups. Hey, Matt Palmer and Matt Steele. As of recent, there has been a resurgence of girl groups, Flow being my personal favorite right now, and I'm loving it. With this recent shift in the music space, I'd love to get nostalgic for a second and ask, what are each of your favorite 90s or 2000s girl groups that were underrated or underappreciated, other than 18s and Danity Kane, of course? This could be girl groups that had potential but unfortunately didn't blow up or get their moment of fame. Let's take a time and give the girls their flowers. Excited to hear both your answers. Some of my faves that you didn't ask for are So Plush, Should Have Treated You Right, was ahead of the times. Girlicious, Like Me was that song.
Yes.
And Rich Girl, He Ain't With Me Now Though, is iconic. Fun fact, Seven Streeter was in this girl group.
Yes, I knew that. Very cool.
Okay.
Girlicious would absolutely be one of mine. You know my feelings on Girlicious. Like Me is an excellent piece of music, and I would say there are probably like 6 to 8 excellent songs on that album, so absolutely check out the Girlicious. I believe it's a self-titled debut album. They were like post Pussycat Dolls after Nicole was doing her own thing and Robin Anton wanted another hit group, and so there was I believe a CW show dedicated to putting this group together.
Oh my God.
And Like Me was their first single. Absolutely excellent. I love them. An underrated group that we grew up with was 702. I feel like a lot of people just know them from Where My Girl's At, but that sophomore album, the self-titled 702 release, is so fucking excellent. If you love a great 90s R&B moment, I think there's someone you should definitely look back on and listen to. It's like a little bit of like, if you like TLC, you're gonna love 702. I just think there's a lot of great stuff on that record. I'm trying to think of other ones that come to mind. Oh, fucking Sugar Babes. You know my feelings about the Sugar Babes. They were the British answer to TLC, and they were also excellent. They've done a lot of great songs. About You Now is one of my favorites. I believe it was covered by Miranda Cosgrove. We were talking about some Nick people, but of course, Sugar Babes. Their version's the best. I don't want to hear any feedback from people about that. It's just the truth. Their version is the real version. And they have such a big discography and have such different lineup changes every 5 minutes. And they've all done great stuff. Great work all around. I'll think of some more. Matt Steele, who comes to mind for you?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, the Spice Girls are my end all be all, but like, would we call them underrated?
No,
because at one point they were literally the biggest thing on the planet. So yes. I'm not going to ramble about the Spice Girls, but I can't say I really followed girl groups outside of the Spice Girls and TLC. Like those were really much my bag. And
great choice.
I made great choices because both are like two or three most like successful girl groups of all time. But I will say that on this podcast, the song C'est La Vie is very much underrated by Matt Palmer, by the girl group Bewitched. And Matt Palmer, you are Irish now. So when you talk about C'est La Vie and you talk shit about that Irish step dancing music in late 90s pop form, and you talk shit about it, you are talking smack about your own people. And I just want to say that's a little bit of self-loathing. And and you need to give C'est La Vie by Bewitched its flowers. Because what a happy moment in history. 1999 was such a damn blast. And when I think of that song, I think of where I was in 1999.
I'm glad that's what it gives for you. I think another girl group out around that time called Dream, I always very much liked. And so that was more like 2000. 2000? Or 2001. Maybe 2000.
They were later than 1990.
Yes, they were later, but He Loves You Night. But also,
that's a great song.
This Is Me, and both the remixes to both of those songs are excellent. Yeah, there are a lot of great girl groups. I'm glad you like Bewitched. I cannot bring myself.
I don't know the rest of their music. I just know C'est La Vie.
You like C'est La Vie.
And a song called Roller Coaster that was cute.
Okay.
I truly don't know anything.
Ooh, Eden's Crush. I did love Get Over Yourself Goodbye. If we're talking about, songs that artists that I only know one of their songs. That's a great group with that song. That was where Nicole Scherzinger, I believe, was introduced to us.
Okay.
Because they were put together on TV as well on a show called Pop Stars that was on the WB.
Well, and I remember if we're going to talk about people who were introduced to us through girl groups, Wild Orchid. I truly knew none of their music, but like it's where Fergie started. Fergie came from. And all I knew was when Fox Family started, there was a TV show of like where kids could lip sync to like their favorite songs. And it was like a little competition. Wild Orchid hosted that. So I don't know Wild Orchid's music. I just remember they hosted You're the Great Pretenders.
I had a cassette single of Wild Orchid and I don't even remember the song, but I remember they were like almost gospel-y. Like they almost were trying to be Brownstone. Like they were trying to be big vocalists. They were 3 white girls, but they were really trying to give us some gospel flavor, and we love that.
You know what? You can be touched by Jesus when you're 3 white girls.
Absolutely, you can. I feel like there's so many TLC knockoffs, but a lot of them are great. Black.
Oh, I remember Black. I remember Black. Yes, they were. Oh God,
Bring It All to Me.
Bring It All to Me. Oh baby, bring it all to me.
Featuring JC Chazé, who had his thugs, his Tims, his diamond rings, maybe, and it's like, do you have any of those? Hey. I'm Good is a great song by Black. I loved As If. Black and 808, obviously. There's a lot of great girl groups that we grew up with.
There was 808, 702.
Well, 808 is a song.
Oh,
and 702 is a band.
Guys, there's so many numbers.
There's so many numbers.
I remember Ruben Studdard was 205.
Oh.
That was a big thing.
Okay. Yes, I'm Good, I think, might be my favorite Black song. And that song, I believe, is that on the Bring It On soundtrack, I want to say? Because I can visualize the music video for I'm Good, and they're in like the same cheerleading outfits that Gabrielle Union is in that movie. So I think it's on the Bring It On soundtrack, but correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of great girl groups from that time. Long and short of it.
Good times, guys.
So Matt Steele.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's been giving you moments, darling?
Honestly, not much.
Oh!
Like I've been very busy this week.
Yes.
And anytime I could consume some media was like the day where I decided to stand in the rain for something that was a little futile.
Okay.
But I just want to say I truly can't talk about like what really gave me moments this week, and that is just like I'm just gonna say that we have been working on this channel for a long time.
That's true.
And 2 Gay Mats have recently gotten a wonderful opportunity.
It's not even confirmed. My God.
But that's why I'm not giving the details.
Yes.
And it just makes me feel good that like it makes me feel like all these years that we put into this YouTube channel and into this podcast like are really like it's feeling like it's really starting to pay off this year specifically, and that's just a really lovely feeling because we work hard.
We do. I know it's fun. It is fun work.
Oh, it's so much. It's such fun work,
but it is still work. Like we have to be here at a certain time to record to get this all up there.
And not just guys, the hours like from the years where I have just been editing, and Matt Palmer has been editing and editing, like, and just like when things go awry and something gets blocked or like doesn't get uploaded or like my computer explodes or anything like that, like just years and years of that. And so to like feel like, oh, like we're finally like being seen. Is that what we can say?
I guess that's what. Yes, I feel like again, this when it happens, it won't feel like a big deal. Just sign up for that free trial, but
it won't. It truly won't feel like it's a big deal. But just know it is a big deal.
When certain things happen in fits and starts with YouTube, with podcasting, with whatever it is. And this week was one of those weeks where it felt like I can envision a version of my life in which this is my full-time job, which is like totally the goal. Like we got a lot of new patrons via the Olivia Spilled reaction or whatever. And there's just a path forward that involves us doing this full-time, which would be great. Then I would have time to make all the TikToks that I should be making every time we do a podcast.
And you know what makes me feel good? It's the fact that like we've been here for years and like all of y'all seem to just like really enjoy the content. And the thing is like I don't feel like we've had to like sell out or do stuff that we don't want to do. Like we've truly like been ourselves this entire time.
Do
I like occasionally like if Matt Palmer's like, okay, let's talk about like this album, and I'm just like, I truly don't care about this album. But then I grow to appreciate like new stuff.
Right.
You know, and I feel like that's why we started 2 Gay Mats. To like appreciate each other's stuff more.
Yes.
And so I'm very thrilled that you guys are here.
Yes.
I love you all so much.
Look at you.
Matt Palmer.
Mine's gonna sound so stupid now.
Hey, I set you up so you look like a shallow bitch.
Well, I watched Crossroads and it's great.
I love how you get a big TV and you watch the cinema of our time, Crossroads, and you had never seen it.
I had never. Can you believe me, one of the biggest Britney Spears fans alive, I would say. I had just never figured out a way to fucking watch Crossroads. It was impossible to get the DVD. I missed it when it was in theaters, and finally they have put it on Netflix, and we got this new giant television, and I'm like, okay, you know what we need to watch? Dix the Musical and fucking Crossroads.
I mean, Crossroads is the Lawrence of Arabia of our time.
It really is.
And it's a road movie
It is very much a road movie.
So like obviously there's some scenic stuff going on. I'm sure that was very beautiful on your TV. Britney Spears and co-stars were very beautiful.
Zoe Saldana and Taryn Manning are the co-stars in Crossroads.
Beautiful actresses.
And I have to say, and I feel like we spoke about this a little bit when that Britney Notebook audition leaked. I would say for 90% of the film, Britney is acting so naturally and doing a beautiful job. Like, there's a 10% where like, girl, this could have used another take. But most of it, I'm like, you're believable as a human being in a way that a lot of the pop girlies, when they get on the big screen, are not. And there's no shade in that. Everyone has a different skill set, but I'm just saying if she felt like going down the acting route, she could have done it. She would have needed a little bit more training, but there was a natural and like ability that like, I feel like, you know, my issue with anytime I feel like someone can't act, it's like you don't seem believable as a human being. And there are actors that fall into that category, and Britney Spears is not one of them. I thought her Lucy was very inspired. I thought her performance was great. I was like, oh, she's the valedictorian? Like when it opens and she's like a full genius. I was
she can do it all.
She really, and it's like, no one is looking at 17-year-old. If you're a high school straight boy, no one is looking at Britney Spears in 2001 and being like, oh, what a nerd. She's always winning those science fair things. She can't get a date to the prom.
Did they put her in glasses?
They didn't put her in glasses.
Wait, she couldn't get a date to the prom?
No, she was going to the prom with Justin Long, and they were like going to maybe have sex because they didn't want to go off to college and be like virgins, which is the worst thing to be.
Oh, Crossroads is about more than I thought.
Oh, it is. It is about that. It is about Taryn Manning is pregnant with child for most of the film.
All right.
There's a lot of intensity in Crossroads, like, which is maybe the problem.
It's like an intense movie.
It gets intense and then it gets very light. But it's also just like the believability of like Britney Spears not being able to get a date is hard to wrap one's head around. But and also, I feel like I'm criticizing this movie that I'm saying giving moments, but it really did. But they could have done a couple more passes at I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman if this is going to be like the linchpin, the I Will Always Love You of the film. Like, this song is fine. Like, love you, Dido, love you, Max Martin. We could have tried, like, if this is going to be the song that's like, this is what really gets Britney noticed, or Lucy noticed at the like final moments of the film, this song is very fine. And like when she read it as a poem, and I'm like, oh, that hot boy is going to make it a song for her. And he did. Okay. But the thing is, it's fun. It's a joy to watch. And I was happy to have seen it and to relive that moment in time of like, man, Britney Spears was on top of the world and still just came across as a nice girl. Like, I know she was not a monster on that set. You could tell in the bloopers. And also, whenever Zoe Saldana does interviews and they ask her about Britney, like when she's on Watch What Happens, she's like, she is the kindest person I've ever shared a scene with. Like, it was such a lovely set to be on, and I just was always in awe of her, and she has never been anything but kind to me. And it's, like, beautiful to hear.
I mean, it's nice that that's what so many people have to say about Britney.
I
it's
know.
Just, like, she is genuinely such a sweetheart.
Yes.
And something that I do appreciate. I've never seen Crossroads, so I don't know what this character is like. Now I'm finding out she was nerdy. Okay.
Yes.
But, like, I feel like when you are, like, a pop star and you, like, venture into acting, it's, like, there's so much pressure to be like, okay, I'm going to do something really edgy. I'm gonna do something really edgy and like really like dig deep and like and you know do something that's totally out of character for me. And Britney, I assume this character is just like likable her.
She is
like,
very
like close to her.
It's not a world away.
And I think that's I think there is no greater honor as an actor in a film than playing a role that is like close to yourself and like that. Where you're not like doing, and you know, I think it is impressive when an actor is you know, going all out and like making this transformation and everything. But like I feel like it's such an honor when you know, a director or like producer is hiring you. It's just like, no, this thing that you are, this person in front of me is like exactly what we need to make this movie magical. Right. You know? And so I think that's wonderful that she got to do it. And it meant a lot to her if you read her memoir.
Absolutely it did.
So,
and it just is, you're going to be smiling throughout the movie, even though if there might be a plot hole or two, there might be some over dramatics happening, but it's just like, it's just nice to spend time with Britney Spears of that era. And when they were driving around and when Bye 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 started playing in the car and they were like singing along to it, I'm like, man, she gave Justin everything. She got him a fucking spot in this movie, which, you know, wasn't the hugest hit, but it could have been. And she's probably fighting to get that song in and be like, no, it's for Justin. We should have a moment where the girls are singing Bye Bye Bye. Like, it's for Justin. And look what he did. We can't make this about that, but Crossroads is great. We love Britney, and it's a joy to watch.
Great on a big TV.
Great on a big TV, and I would recommend giving it another watch.
Okay. Where can I find it?
On Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. I think it got there on February or something, and I was so scared because they change what's on and not on Netflix every 5 minutes. I'm like, please don't let me miss Crossroads being available to me, but I didn't. And it's also in great quality. I recommend.
Great. All right.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people, Matt Steele?
To buy tickets to our live show.
I'm glad this is the last time I have to hear that.
May 4th. Yeah.
Yes.
The joke will be old next week.
Yes. Everyone.
It's a little old now.
Hey, but if you see the link in the info section, if you don't want to hear Matt Steele do that again, buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket, guys. You don't want to hear that shit anymore.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening and or watching the podcast. We'll be back next week with more 2Gay Matts, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Cute, guys.
Okay, let's do one last ad here, but we'll be back if you get the ad. A lot of people don't even get the ad,
Whatever.
So it's like, who cares? Oh
my God.
I know.
God, the work we put in.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, there's got to be more shit we can do on Patreon that people will actually sign up for. Because I wasn't expecting the gut spill thing.
I know. Thanks, everyone
Thank you for everybody
who became a patron.
I know.
I
think someone did ask what we thought of Scared of My Guitar, and we think it's excellent.
Scared of My Guitar.
Spoiling.
Great.
That is a great fucking song.
Great song.
And I'm so happy to now have it in my possession.
Should have been on Guts, not Spilled.
Yes.
Just Guts.
Should have been on Guts, period.
Do you have it? Oh, that makes me sad now.
I was going to fall asleep, but now I need to make sure he doesn't go to bed without knowing the name of the Wild Orchid song. Oh, I saw y'all say it, but I forgot what it was. The Eternal Sunshine reaction brought me here. Thank you guys for the hard work. Oh, that's nice. I've never seen Crossroads either. Guys, the thing is, it's not even a super, when you'll see, it's just like a sponsorship on the Beyonce video that we might get, the free trial thing. It's not going to seem big, but it's...
but it means a lot to us.
It means a lot to us, and please sign up for that free trial. But yeah, I've never seen Crossroads either. Well, it's on Netflix. You should.
It's there.
The Shania Twain moment was better, yes, when they sing, Man, I Feel Like a Woman in the Car.
God, you're spoiling
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to spoil.
It's okay. I can enjoy a movie even if it's spoiled.
They sing Shania Twain in a car spoiling?
I guess. Some people who are like little spoiler Nazis who are just like, oh my God, you said the title. How dare you spoil it?
You think a lot of things aren't spoiling that I'm like,
to me, a spoiler is like the ending.
Yeah.
Like, did you reveal the twist ending?
Right.
Like...
At Night I Pray. Yes, thank you.
At night I pray. Oh, that's the Wild Orchid song.
Yeah, that's the Wild Orchid song.
Do you think that song inspired that line in Britney's song? What's it called? Every Time?
What's it called? Every Time. Maybe. I could see Britney having been a fan of Wild Orchid.
Wow. Did Wild Orchid get a credit on the
No, I think, I'm like, is Britney the only writer on Every Time? She might be. I'm going to look that up.
I mean, also, did Wild Orchid write their songs? That's another question.
Probably not. Just looking up who wrote.
I want to say like Britney and like one other person.
You think? I think it might be Britney alone.
Might be just Britney. Good for her.
Look. No, one more guy.
Okay, one more guy. You can have one more guy on
Annette
there.
Annette Artani. I don't know him. Annette.
All right, Annette. Great job, Annette. It's a classic.
Oh, excuse me, a lady.
A lady.
A Greek lady.
Annette. Oh, Annette, like N-A-N-E-T-T-E.
Oh, there it's.
Oh,
that,
it's different. A-N-N-E-T Artan. Interesting. Oh, but originally. Oh, the stage name is a different type of Annette.
That's the confusion.
Cute. That's like when you see a Matt with one T, it's just like stage name.
When people, I feel like sometimes when I'm on Slack, which is like I am at work, people refer to me as Matt with one T. And I'm like, you see my name.
Stop it.
And no, who has one T as their name?
Stop it.
Right?
It's not real.
It's wild.
No parent in the 80s was naming their kid Matthew with one T.
That was on the table for me.
Why?
Because
Mrs. Palmer, thank you for.
I think it was. I want to say that it was my dad's mom's maiden name was Matthews with one T.
Oh, Matthews, like the last. I've seen the last name.
Right,
Matthews.
but the idea was like we're gonna have Matthew and just have it be the one T as a reference. I think my mom was like, no, we're gonna do biblical. Thank you so much.
Your mom is a Christian woman.
Yes, she was wanted to.
Well, actually, Matthew's Old Testament, so she could be a Jewish woman as well.
She could be. Yeah. You never know.
Could be a little bit of both.
Night I Pray reminded me of the Mandy Moore song from Walks Remember. Oh, you know I love that song. Only Hope. Oh,
I was talking about Mandy Moore in line with the Big for the Big Brother.
Really?
Audition.
How did Mandy Moore come up?
I don't remember. It was 8 a.m. You just talk about whatever.
It's like when people call me Montana with 2 N's. Where did that extra E-N come from? That's a great question.
Well, maybe they don't know of the state.
Yeah, I guess, in Australia.
Well, I guess Montana means mountain in some language. Okay.
I believe you. But I also was thinking during when I was watching Crossroads, it brought back to mind that for whatever reason in Spanish class when I was bored, did I say this already? That I used to think of a Spanish version of I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman.
No.
It doesn't fully work, but it kind of works. No soy una chica, no soy una mujer. Necesito tiempo, un momento que es mío, durante mi cambio. Just during my change.
Okay, well, this can be on your next album.
Thank you so much.
You can do a cover of I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman.
This was just very much me when I was born in Spanish.
When are you going to put out your Spanish album like Christina?
I don't foresee it. I don't foresee it.
Listen, you never know which ways you will push yourself as an artist.
That's true. You never know. Well, that's the thing. Once this is our full-time job, I'll have so much more time.
I know. 20 years ago, did Beyonce ever think like, one day I'll put out a country album?
No, but I'm sure the day she stepped out of those CMAs and people were being rude to her, she knew.
She was like,
guess what I'm going to be doing?
That's what I'm going to be doing.
Guess what genre I'm going to be stomping all over. Good luck, flops. Here I come.
Guys, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so fucking good. Ye fucking hot. Let's go.
A bilingual king. Xtina is shanking in her bed. Yes.
If you want to see our review of that album in Espanol,
which by the way,
you can become a patron.
That's a great album.
It's a great album. And that final song is one of her best songs.
Unbelievable.
Period.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
I was not
we love that
expecting
album.
that song
I know.
to be so good.
I know.
That's great.
I'm going to listen to that on my way home. That song.
Yes.
If you want to see our review of that, go to
Oh my God.
patreon.com/2gameads.
People are going to be so sick of your ads.
You know what? They'll be fine.
They will be fine. Here for it. Oh, so what else is going on? How are we preparing for Fridays? I guess the question.
Olivia also said her favorite lyric she's ever written, and the album thematically came from it's hard to trade something that's good for what's right.
I mean, I think is that in Scared of My Guitar? Because it seems to be the theme.
Remember.
It seems to be the theme of that song.
I remember hearing that lyric, but I don't know that. I don't have that song memorized yet.
Not yet. Hey, it's only been a couple days, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. God, that's great.
B is going to host the CMAs this year. Palmer's going to release a Spanish album, and I can't wait.
I don't know if that's true, but I would be able. If I did, it would have a cover of "I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman" on it. So.
Okay, you promise?
A song that I just said wasn't that great.
Should buy the CMAs and just be that girl.
Buy the CMAs, Lord.
Hello, my name is Beyonce. I would like to buy the CMAs.
Hey, she can do it if she wanted.
She's going to walk right into that office and be like, how much you want? And she'll pay it in cash.
I got it. Shoes on my feet.
It can't be that expensive. Well,
what else is going on, y'all? I just want to listen to the album naked, and I feel y'all should too. Oh, babe, no. We're going to be listening to it on camera, so we certainly won't be naked for that.
We don't want to get this taken down.
No, I know. It might get...
We have a free trial people need to sign up for.
Beyonce doesn't usually take down our lives or our...
Yeah, no. She's a pal.
She's a pal. She's a friend. She loves the gays.
Yeah. Preparing by listening to Daddy Lessons live with the chicks. What a song. JK though, because VA isn't that warm. Virginia is that?
Are you in Virginia? That's cool.
Virginia's cool. I'm into Virginia.
I went there to visit my friend who went to UVA, and I saw her in Oklahoma.
Yes. I don't know if I don't think I've ever been to Virginia. I have been in West Virginia. I stayed at a little hotel there. I was on tour with a show.
Oh, that's cool.
We stayed in West Virginia, and I got a cold when I was in West Virginia.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got sick.
Is that what you think of with West Virginia now?
A little bit. Like when I think of West Virginia, it was only there for a day, but I remember like the day after I left, I had like the worst cold of my life.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
I still went on that stage though and performed my little heart out. I did speak all of my singing parts though for like 2 shows.
Iconic. Yeah. That's so cool. Mariah should do that next time she's on stage.
Hey, just act it out.
And then a hero comes along.
Hey.
Not Twitch to YouTube to OnlyFans. Natalie Maines is a great singer, though, so I wish she was on the album. She might be. We don't know.
I Can Love You Better is still such a bop for the chicks.
Oh, I need to listen.
Beyonce is being honored with the Innovator Award at the iHeartRadio
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
Right. Another Virginia.
Maybe our next live show will be in Virginia.
Hey. Not Mothman County.
What's Is that where you are?
I guess it's in Virginia.
I guess so. She hasn't released the track list, has she?
If she released a track list, I imagine people would be talking in the...
I just want to know. I'm so curious.
I want to know. Can you show me? It was all the meth in the air in West Virginia.
Ooh.
I don't think meth gives you a cold. But, you know, you never know. There was a cat at the hotel where I was staying at.
Are you allergic to cats?
No.
Oh.
But the cat, I did play with the cat for a while. And so that cat probably brought the cold to me. I don't want to blame the cat, but like... The cat was the only new person in West Virginia that I interacted
And you're positive
with.
you're not allergic?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I want to say when I was little, they thought I was allergic to cats. But like whenever I'm home, like because my mom has two cats and my brother has two cats, and I'm completely fine.
Nice. I'm not flying to freaking Virginia to see y'all live play. That's funny. West Virginia is where the Mothman is from.
Oh. What's the Mothman?
I don't know the Mothman.
Is that a Marvel person?
It could be a Marvel. It could be like
DC. Are there any others?
Could be a Loch Ness monster type.
Oh, like a lore.
Yes, it could be a lore.
I love a lore.
I love a lore. We'll Taylor release a single soon. I could see her putting out a single.
She didn't release a single for Midnights.
That's true.
She could just be like, you know what, this first single thing.
Exactly. Like you're all gonna buy this.
And also like when Beyonce releases, like Taylor will be like, okay, let's give that a couple weeks to die down.
Give that some time.
And then I'll release my jam-packed song or album.
Man, wild that album's coming so soon.
I'm so tired.
I mean, I know we say it, and I know it logically, but thinking about that, then Taylor, then Dua, then live show, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be amazing. No, it's like Bigfoot's great.
Okay,
oh
cool.
Yes, Daddy Lessons.
Oh, if there's Lauren, Virginia, I'll be there.
Daddy Lessons is so great. You're so absolutely right, Grace.
I know. When people say they don't like Daddy Lessons,
they're crazy.
Like, you have to be.
It's like you don't have ears. What are you talking about?
You're out of your mind. Craziness. And then their excuse is just like, oh, well, I don't like country music. And it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, it is a objectively great song.
Exactly it is.
Send me into the woods. I didn't know Montana was so into
the woods,
like lore and like.
I mean, I think it's folklore related.
Oh. You haven't said the F word on the
I know, but we're saying lore. I think that if I'm guessing how the woods comes into
what if the album Folklore is literally just all about Bigfoot and like that's what Taylor was going for? It could be
because Joe Alwyn wouldn't let it be about him. But look at him now, girl. I bet he is shaking in his boots.
Oh no!
I bet he is shaking in those boots.
There's even a movie about the Mothman, Montana. The lore is strong. Okay. Tell us all about it.
Who knew?
To
quote Pink's best song? Who knew? Okay. I love Who Knew.
You do love Who Knew.
I love
it's a great song.
It's a great think of what else could be Pink's best. I like Just Give Me a Reason.
I do love Just Give Me a Reason. I remember you played that for me in your car. I was in the back seat. We drove to something. I don't know. Some bar.
Great.
Beyonce might have worked on Cowboy Carter longer than any of her albums.
Wow.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
I know.
I'm so excited.
She's so good.
She's so good. That'll be us all day on Thursday. She's so good.
I know. I love her.
We all need to take a bet as to like how late I'm going to stay up that night. My hope is 3.
Okay. That's not bad.
I feel like it's
I want to say the latest I stayed up for editing one of the live listening parties was, I want to say Demi's was the longest.
How long was that?
I was up till like 4:30. Well, because also I was running out of space on my computer.
Oh no!
And so I had to like figure that out, and yeah, it was a lot.
No, I love the Loch Ness Monster and all that shit. Don't put me in a very clear and obvious Taylor box that I very much fit into. I apologize. I just assumed. I want a Jolene cover. I repeat, I want that too. I think it could happen. What if Joanne and Beyonce is the duet though? I mean, if Gaga's on it, I'm sure it'll. Beyonce's not putting out anything.
No,
that's not up to
It will be good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, and I mean, like, a country music really lends itself to like the songs being good. Like, because like
it's the storytelling.
It's such a storytelling like genre,
right?
That like I will be invested in every single one.
Totally. Just Like a Pill is up there. I agree. Just Like a Pill is a great song. Glitter in the Air I like, but I feel like was given a lot because of the Grammy performance.
Steele, do you still audition for theater roles or strictly TV film? I get theater auditions as well. I mean, since the strike, it's been mostly theater auditions, just because like in LA, like everyone is still just like, oh yeah, like things really haven't picked up yet.
Wow.
For TV and film. So I still mostly get theater stuff. But also there's not that much out there. So I don't get many auditions at this point right now.
But you get your own auditions.
I do. I stand in the fucking rain, which is what you do for theater auditions as well. Like back in the day when I was in New York and you go to the EPAs and like you just want to sign up for like a good slot and that was miserable.
Is that what Kathy was doing in the last 5 years?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're waiting in those lines, you're waking up at 5 a.m. to sign up for a slot for some regional theater in Ohio.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you do that a lot?
Not often.
Okay.
I got my equity card shortly after college, but still, like I would wake up to sign up for like a slot at like an EPA.
What's an EPA?
Equity Principal Audition.
Okay.
It's like all equity shows are required to have them, even though they like rarely cast from them. But because they mostly cast from like agent submissions.
Right.
You know, I didn't have an agent when I was living in New York, and so I would sign up to for like an EPA, and so I would go early so I could get like the last slot. Because if you were a member of equity, you could sign up for a time slot. So I would go early, go home, take a nap, do the shower, do everything I needed to do, and show up at like 5:30 p.m.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Still. Oh, same question. It's still there.
All right, y'all. I think we did it.
We did it.
We love you. Thank you for being here. If you're in LA, come to the live show. Click the link.
Eventbrite link right there.
Yes. And we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.